Just going to assume that we'll get a Garrick and a Theo before too long, and they can just jump in wherever we've got to. But yes, to do a quick recap of what happened last time. Um, the group of you visited Rocks That Sing, which is the sort of capital trading post of the Blue Wind Clicknid, um, which you went to because you were looking for some of your missing wagons and their crews after the Orc attack. And indeed, you managed to find three of your missing wagons and their crews there, and also people pitched in to buy an additional wagon and some supplies from the Clicknid traders there. So you managed to kit those guys out pretty well, and you sent those wagon crews back to the Three Geezers to meet up with Jesse Redhammer and kind of get the band back together. Um, in an attempt to win a bet with some Ironhide trolls, Twig blew up some rock formations that kind of got her arrested for vandalism, and half the party ended up in jail as a result of the ensuing discussion. While you were inside the jail, you met this odd character called Baron Vool, who's this sort of squat catfish person in a top hat who claims to have been imprisoned for well over a year. Uh, Said it was very, very difficult to, you ever get out of a Clicknid dungeon because no one could afford the fees. But you did manage to arrange an audience with the Blue Winds trade princess, Takai. And when you were talking with her, you were surprised by running into Calavera and his devil dogs. And it turns out that Calavera's been negotiating kind of a non-aggression treaty with the Blue Wind Clicknid on behalf of Reinhold Industries. And there was a bit of a discussion of your side versus their side. And as neither side was able to convince the trade princess one way or the other, she gave both sides an offer, which is the first group to bring her the head of the Hive Queen that's threatening her people will be granted a non-aggression pact with the Blue Wind Clicknid. And the party that doesn't get the head will be considered an enemy of the Blue Wind Clicknid. So you took that deal as the best you were going to get, and you managed to leave the trading post without any further incidents. And you persuaded the guards to let you take Baron Vool out of the dungeon and take him with you. You know, you never know, he might be useful. And so now you're basically heading back north through the Shattered Plains back to the Three Geezers where your people um, are camped, or at least that's the general direction you were heading in when we finished. It's up to you guys what you'd like to do next. It's going to take you a couple of days' ride to get back to the Three Geezers, but it's not difficult terrain.
I kind of think we should just go straight for the Hive Queen.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best choice.
I think we left the Gazer camp fairly well protected, didn't we? So I can't remember, did we or did we not?
You left them with some basic weapons and with instructions to make a signal fire so that hopefully like stragglers would navigate their way back to the camp.
We should at least go see them so we can tell them what we're going to do and, make sure they haven't all been murdered.
I don't know why you think something might have happened to them just because you left them alone for a while.
You mean like the last time we left them alone for a while and half of them got murderized?
Well, it would be really mean of me to do that a second time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Okay, we should go check on them. Where about? Do you reckon it's on our way if we go back, or?
Well, you haven't identified exactly where you need to go to find the Hive Queen. So, in terms of whether something's on your way, is an open question. You're in unfamiliar territory.
So let's head to the camp and then find out where the Hive Queen is and then go to the Hive Queen.
Okay, yeah, let's regroup at the camp then. See what's happening.
Okay, sure. So, you mount up on your various horses and wolves, and those of you who like to jump into the old Storm Chaser 3000 and drive cross
Yep.
country heading north. And the journey's fairly uneventful. You make camp for a night, no problems. Eat some rations, have a sing-song round a campfire. Um, Twig does a particularly epic 4-hour solo on Dex's little keyboard. That keeps people entertained for the night. And next morning you mount up again, and sort of towards the end of that second day, you come rolling back to camp. You see the Aether geezers kind of like doing their rotational blasting energy into the sky kind of thing in a nice little rotation. You see the signal fire that people have made, and as you head towards camp, it's looking a lot more crowded and with a lot more going on than it was last time you were here. Look, you recognise a good number of people who you found at the Clicknid trading outpost. They've all made it back here, and you recognise the wagons that you sent them off with. It looks like there's several of Jesse Redhammer's kind of dwarven prospecting crew appears to have made their way back as well. So the place is looking pretty crowded. You notice they've kept the totem ward defense system up, but it doesn't seem to go off when you guys make your way into camp, so it seems to have been deactivated or possibly changed in how it works. And as you come in to camp, you're all greeted with lots of cheers and smiles, and people like raising bottles of beer to you. Like, people are generally pleased to see you. And as you can see, the orcs have been kept in their barbed wire enclosure, and anything that seems to have been made more secure. So the first person who comes up to you is Ikma. He goes, friends have returned. Friends went far to Ikma home. I hear you do very well there. Very well. Is good, yes. You buy many shinies for Ikma?
Ikma, I don't really know how to put this. Twig sort of flies up to Ikma. Apparently you're a criminal.
What? Ikma no criminal.
We were told that if we mentioned your name around there and that we were associated with you, that we would be arrested. I mean, we got arrested anyway, but for a different matter.
Oh. Ikma kind of like tilts her head down and kind of scratches at her antenna uneasily. They still angry about that one thing? Ikma think they forget after all this time. Clicknid normally have very short memories, very short. Not sure why they still angry.
How long was it, Ikma?
What? Softskins have strange calendars. Carry the 4. Maybe 3 years.
Oh,
I thought she was going to say days. And that's what White Wolf says that.
No, a silly Black Wolf, not days. It's long time, long time. Surprised I am, Clickvid not forgotten.
well, you remember, don't you, Ikma?
Ikma was framed. Ikma no do things they say. Was that other one, Ikma's partner, Takai, very nasty. She make Ikma look bad. Ikma hopes she dead by now. Surely that Takai, she dead in Sandy Hole.
She's the advisor to the queen now.
Yeah.
The trade princess.
Takai is the trade princess?
No, not that. She's not the. Wait, was she the trade princess, or was she the trade princess's assistant?
She was in fact the trade princess.
Oh god, yeah, she's the trade princess now, Ikma.
No! Igmar starts sort of like just running around the campfire in this kind of like agitated little run and leaping and hopping around. Ah, this is bad. This is very bad. Do not like. Do not like. Bad decay. Bad decay. Hope you stay away from decay. Nasty decay. You stay away, friends. Yes. Yes.
Well, here's the thing. We've actually made a deal to do something for Takai.
No, no. Why friends do this? And she starts running around the campfire again.
Well, you didn't tell us that your partner was the reason. You didn't tell us that this was even going to be an issue, Ikma. How could we have guessed that?
Friends supposed to be smart. Ikma friends smart. Ikma not so smart. Friends help, yes?
Well, yeah, well,
Friends never ask Ikma, Ikma, did you commit terrible crime? Why friends no ask? Now you friends with Decay. Everything awful.
Ikma, you said that you were framed. Why would we ask you if you'd committed a terrible crime?
To see if Ikma had been framed.
Oh shit. Maybe Ikma, maybe we can turn this around and make you the trade princess.
Ikma betrayed princess? She kind of rubs her mandibles together. You can do this, Krosek?
How does someone get elected to be the trade princess?
That's a good
It's
question.
a very simple system based on many things. And she starts counting things off on her fingers. It's based on equal rights of Clicknid, fair democracy, free election, and, most important, Clicknid with most shinies is trade princess.
So we would have to get you more riches than what she already has.
What if we got something really shiny, Ikma? And then when you had that, we could take you to the Blue Wind Cartel. And all
What about the
Clicknid-
head of the thingy?
But is that very shiny?
No, but I'm saying, if we bring if we get a lot of riches from that, killing her, and she also brings the head as well, would that make Ikma?
Maybe.
Would that make them forgive Ikma and maybe make him more powerful?
We could just say that Ikma helped us slay the Hive Queen.
This is true. Yeah. Well,
There is Hive Queen?
No, Ikma, we're
hypothetical.
speaking hypothetically.
Yeah.
There's no Hive Queen.
Hive Queen's bad. You sure there's no Hive Queens? A Hive Queen's here? She just starts, like, looking around really worriedly. It's bad day, it's bad day. Decay Trade Princess, Hive Queens, heads, shinies. Ikma does not know anymore.
Well, it seems like everything is fine here.
Oh yes, here, very good, very, very good.
What's the... Is Jessie Redhammer here?
Yeah, she's here. In fact, she's kind of waiting for Ikma to get out the way so she can talk to you.
Yeah, maybe we should talk to Jessie and see what their plans are.
Okay, so Ikma kind of goes off, like, kind of in a bit of a strop and talking to herself and complaining about Takai. Jessie comes up and she's looking a lot better since you last saw her. She's got a few scars from the orc fight, but she's looking much better. And she says, "Welcome back, fellas. Really pleased to see you. I see you sent a lot of our people back to camp, and a few even came back by themselves. I can't tell you how grateful we are. Looks like you even got one of those weird Clicknit wagons and sent it up with the other fellas. So we're actually doing pretty well. How are things at your end?"
Not
Good
so...
news, bad news. Good news, we might be able to secure a trade deal with the Blue Wing Cartel. Bad news, we have to kill a really big thing.
Ah, but what's a really big thing for you fellas? You've killed lots of big things, right?
This one's a bit
And,
bigger.
no, and then I said, it's a thing he, and I point to Krosek, brought back to life.
Well, that sounds like some messed up nobody's business.
Well, now it's our business. So
Ooh,
Yeah.
also, if we don't do this, then the Blue Wind will go with the Reinhold Industries. So yeah, bad news.
more importantly, that long-legged skeleton.
That no good skeleton with the airship is here?
Well, he's not here, but he's attempting to do the same task as we are to slay the Hive Queen.
Ah, those no good Reinhold boys. I should have known they'd go and mess all this operation up for me. Why can't they just stay over on their side of the Shadow Plains and we'll stay on ours?
Well, technically speaking, the more you guys expand, you're likely to bump into each other eventually.
I was never one for technicalities, little twig. Don't start talking to me about that now.
Well, it's gonna happen regardless. We'll have to deal with them eventually.
Well, for now, we need to go and deal with this Hive Queen. So, have you guys seen any like swarms of Clicknid passing or anything? Just out of interest.
No signs of anything like that. Trust me, we'd have noticed. I've had scouts and patrols 24 hours a day. Ain't seen nothing since you guys left.
I've got an idea, but it might go badly. So be prepared.
Was it okay? Was it by any chance using Ikmar to find where the Hive Queen
We're
is?
not using Ikmar, but
Taking her with us and seeing if she
like
gets mind control.
seeing if she feels or picks up anything odd in the air that might lead us in the right direction.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But I don't want Ikmar to get mind controlled.
No.
Why don't I try the Spirit Walker stuff, and then if that doesn't work, we can use Ikmar as bait. I mean,
As a compass.
yes.
Ugh. Who are the rest of these people?
These are all the wagon crews and various people who you managed to round up and send back
Okay.
from the trading outpost.
While
Not in their wagons for once and just generally milling around and talking to each other and doing stuff.
while Krosek is doing his spirit business, Twig's gonna go talk to Baron Vul unless anyone else has anything to do.
I'll see if you can steal his staff for me. It's in the book and it's really strong.
Baron, do you have any way that you might be able to pick up where the Hive Queen might be?
Hive Queen, man. Oh no, man. I stay away from things like that. Very, very nasty things. Those Clicknid, man.
You're gonna say very, very bad, not good.
No, I wouldn't say that. Me and my folk, we try to stay away from those. The only Clicknid I ever dealt with was the salt husk, but they live far, far off to the west, and they ain't got no Hive Queens.
But hypothetically, is there anything you could do that might help us find it?
Depends, man. If they be doing what I think they be doing, probably lots of death, lots of killing where a Hive Queen's concerned. Baron Vul remembers the old days when those things used to rule the Clicknid. Wherever they be, there'll be lots of death. And where there's death, Baron Vul has plenty of chance to play. Maybe I could find something. Maybe if we find some victims, find some nice tasty souls, man, then I might be able to tell you where to go. But
Okay.
but you see, Baron Vul's nets, they're dry. No souls for Baron Vul, not since I was locked up in that prison for, many a year.
Our only other option is heading up to the last place Krosek thought we could feel them, which was, as I remember, up to the northwest.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
think.
of west of here, northwest. Yeah. Mm.
Because I'd imagine that they don't move around too much,
They're definitely in one place, tunneling and digging and doing something.
creating a hive, presumably.
Yeah. Shall I do a roll then to see if I can Google them?
To Google. Yes, if you want to try spirit googling, it's a ritual that'll probably take you about an hour of meditation, and that will be what arcane law check. Probably a
Sure.
hard one.
Sure. Was that right?
I don't know, man. You only got 6 stump points. Yeah, no. I don't know if you want to do anything with your 6 spell stunt points, but
Does this count as exploration? No, I suppose it's a spell.
it's sort of
used to find
exploration
something.
of the spirit world.
I'm exploring myself.
Because if you can, it might come under quick search, in which case it'll take half an hour.
I mean, that would make sense, but I wanted to look cool and balance on my tail whilst I was meditating. But no, your idea is
You
probably
can do
better.
it super fast.
Do it really fast. Hold on, let me see what exploration stunts there are. Is it investigation? Or... Oh, can I have his investigation, please?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Okay, so because I'm a
No,
law
no,
novice,
Oh, yeah, it is investigate. Yeah, exploration.
because I'm a law novice, you have to give me some extra info, and I'm going to use all 6 stun points on elementary
Jesus.
to make an astounding deduction. So you have to reveal a significant piece of information which will help you in your endeavours.
Jeez.
I think you got shanghaied there, Wolfie.
Oh man, defeated by my own house rules. Okay. Krosek spends, as I said, a good hour in solemn meditation, searching the spirit world, trying to rebuild that tether that used to exist between him and the Hive Queen until she severed it because he betrayed her by trying to use dragon magic. But the fundamental link of the tether is still there. It's been there ever since Krosek resurrected her. And through careful introspection, he manages to find it, and it's like sort of pulling on a piece of string. Like he kind of like follows it across the shattered plains in his spirit form, and he follows that line to a large canyon, a fair distance away to the west. And above the canyon, there are a few small floating islands, but his spirit becomes mostly interested in the canyon, which has sort of large columns of like organic columns made out of like termite hill kind of type material that reach up into the sky out of the bottom of the canyon. And as his spirit moves down into the canyon, he sees dozens and dozens of clickmen moving around, digging holes, like breaking off pieces of rock from the side of the canyon, expanding it. And then his spirit goes down under the earth through the tunnels. And underneath the tunnels, he finally makes a full connection with the Hive Queen. And she's not aware of him currently, but he senses that she's in a sort of a large dome-shaped chamber, and she's surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of eggs that she has filled the cavern with. And that's what you get from your vision. Now, your elementary thing is from what you sense about the Hive Queen when you're connected to her. And what you really feel is her incredible sorrow. And you watch her through her own kind of like multiple eyes as she reaches out one of her claws towards one of her egg sacs. And she taps at it, hoping to find some life inside. And something moves, but she knows it's wrong, that it's disgusting and decaying and basically soon to die. It's diseased. And you're just overwhelmed by this sense of sadness that the Hive Queen feels, that she can't make life, that she was brought back into this world wrong, and that she will forever be haunted by her first death. And then she crushes the egg, and this sort of like little baby Clicknid, which sort of like is just sort of a small locust-like creature, falls out of the egg, but it's rather than being healthy, it's all white and sickly and has all these big tumorous growths on it, and it sort of hisses at her and tries to bite her, and then after a few seconds of flailing life, it just collapses and basically just turns into dust before her.
Oh God.
And at that point, you just you struggle to maintain the connection with her spirit, because she's just so torn between sadness and rage that you can't maintain the connection anymore, and it's gone.
Great job.
What you get out of that is you now have a very good sense of exactly where she is. That from your successful test, and from your elementary result, you know that basically she didn't come back into the world right. The resurrection was only a partial success, and she now can't give life. She can't give birth to any new Clicknid.
Oh, I'm the asshole.
So that's actually a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
I feel really bad.
Do you want to share this information with people?
I'll tell them where she is, but I don't want to talk about the aborted Clicknid egg things. That's fucked up. Krosek is very pro-life, so he's not very happy about himself to have done that.
Okay, well, as it comes out of the vision, the rest of you had a little time to maybe settle into camp and chat to people. I don't know if there's anything you would like to do around the camp. Mostly people are just kind of getting ready for their evening meal. Like I said, a few beers are being passed around. Some of the wagons are being unloaded. Horses are being tended to. It's kind of like that typical winding down for the evening affair.
Raj, if I was you, I'd heal and restore your mana. Well, now before.
I was going to say if I could rest, yeah. If
No.
we should spend the evening.
Well, no, because it's been 2 days, so you'll have regained your health anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you presumably had rest on your way up here.
Okay, done. What was I going to say? Could I speak to Igmar, if that's okay?
Yeah, sure. It's been an hour, so she's calmed down now.
Oh, I might upset her again, but
Oh, good.
I'll go and find her and go and sit down next to her, and
Oh, okay. Well, she was up by the lake here, so.
I'll go and stand next to her, and I'll, Spret'll give her a hug, or a bear hug, literally.
Oh yeah, Spret's still a bear dragon thing, isn't he?
60. She.
Sorry.
Um,
Igmar like pats Spret on the head and goes, "Nice bear, it's nice soul bear." What
Igmar,
is friend Krosek?
have you ever heard of hive queens being good, or not mind controlling Clicknid?
No. Hive queens are bad, very, very bad. Hive queens rule Clicknid for many years, all the way back. Hive queens always bad. Hive queens control. Clicknid want to be free. Hive queens bad. Why
But-
friends keep asking about hive queens?
Oh, I should probably just tell her the truth, shouldn't I? Can I show her the vision? I don't know if I have to make a roll for this again.
I'm not sure if Igma has the ability to kind of interact on that level.
Okay, no worries. I'll just explain to her then, verbally, that we may have brought back a hive queen from the dead. I'll talk to her about I'll tell her about the eggs not being born properly as well.
Okay, so both of you sit down by the little lake here, and you tell her all this stuff about how you brought back a hive queen from the dead, and she gets quite agitated at that, but she sits and listens, and you tell her about your vision of how all the weird stuff with the eggs, and she goes very, very quiet for a long time. Eventually, when she speaks, she says, "You did bad thing, friend Krosek, bad. But Ikma knows you meant to do good. You just silly friend Krosek. Do bad thing. Resurrect ancient evil. But you mean good." And she pats you on the back. "But sounds like Hive Queen very, very, very sick. Hive Queens could lay many eggs, make whole hives all by themselves. If Hive Queen cannot lay eggs, she can only control, she can only take, she cannot make life. Is strange. Ikma not know why is just strange."
If we could maybe help her, do you think she would not be evil? Or not try and control your people? If we maybe gave her the ability to make life again, do you think she would stop being so evil?
Ikma does not know, but friend Krosek, even if she would do this thing, her own children, she would control them. Hive queens, they make hives, is all they know.
I kind of don't think that sounds like a good idea either.
I'm trying to like. Is there any way to take away her mind controlling ability? That's what I'm saying. Could she just be someone? Could she?
Yes. We do this so that clicknets can make new clicknets. We have captured hive queens.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
We use them for eggs, and when we have captured hive queens to make free clicknet, happy free clicknet, we have. Yes, captured hive queens. We take out pheromone sacs. You remove pheromone sacs, cut them out, and then hive queens no make pheromones. No pheromones, no control. No control with no scent. For clicknet is all about scent.
What does that do to the hive queen?
It makes them weak. And then we use them for eggs. It sounds bad, but otherwise be no more clicknet. We try to keep them okay, keep them happy, give them food, but they are not the same once you take the sacks.
Oh, fuck. Right, I think we're just gonna have to put this poor queen out of her misery. Yeah. What do you suggest, Igma?
Ikma believes that all life on Umba is sacred. Except for hive queens. Hive queens bad. You kill them. They're bad.
Okay.
Please, friend Krosek. Was
well-
very bad time with hive queens. Very bad. You must kill them. Kill them or cut out the sacks. You must not be allowed to be free. Or clicknet will never be free.
What if we took the sacks and left the hive queen to be free?
Then she is safe. She is not danger, but Ikma does not know.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Thanks, Igma.
It's okay, friend Krosek. Try not to do anything else that is bad idea.
What, like
can't.
becoming Godzilla?
I can't promise anything, Igma. Rub my belly sheepishly, thinking of the. Oh dear.
Ikma, is there any way that you can help us find where this?
Found her.
Oh yeah, of course you did. Sorry, yeah,
Nailed it.
my brain is not working in this heat apparently. So in that case, then there's no worry. We should probably just head. We need to head sooner rather than later because otherwise we're gonna get beaten to the location by Calavera.
Yeah, let's. I
No,
think we
we'll
should
just
head
kill
out now.
him.
It's got an airship though. Do we still have our grappling hooks?
We have a Garrick
It's true.
instead of we have a Hulk.
Alright, let's.
You'd better hope they show up tonight, really, hadn't you?
Yeah, they are decidedly not here.
Yeah, we'll play that one by ear. See how far we get, and if you.
I guess
get to
if we
a point
get
where
into
you
a
might
combat-
need them, we can always put things on pause.
Right. Well.
I say we just make a move. To be honest, there's not much else we can do. So
Yeah.
can I ask Baron Vull if he has a spare staff?
Okay, you go up to him and ask if he has a spare staff, and he looks at you with these sort of two little yellow eyes he has, and goes, "This be my stuff, man. Mine, only mine, and I only got one of it. You know what I had to do to get this staff?
No, please tell me.
100
What?
souls, man. 100 souls from the nastiest, the most disgusting, vile creatures from the swamp. I hunted them all, man. Killed them with my bare hands, strangled the life out of them, took the souls, and I used them to find the fawn wood I needed to make a hex staff. You got any idea how it takes to make a hex staff, man? You got no idea. Years it took Baron Vull, years, I tell you.
God.
The swamp folk all fear Baron Vull. You know why they fear Baron Vull? 'Cause he got a hex staff, man. Have I got a spare one of these? I ain't got a spare one of these. Nobody got a spare one of these. Now, if you'll excuse me, man, Baron Vull's been eyeing up that water over there. The Baron fancies
Oh
a
God,
swim.
no. We need to leave, Baron.
He goes and has a splash around in the lake for a while.
Does he? How long is he in there for?
Oh, I mean, a good half an hour at least.
Oh God. All right, we'll leave him for half an hour and then we'll drag him out again.
Okay, you want him to come with you?
Yeah. Well, we freed him. He owes us.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. No, he's happy to go with you. Once
Also, we say you can get some souls.
Yeah,
And if he
no,
dies, I can
he's
take his
good with
stuff.
that as a proposition. So. Oh, Jesse Redhammer kind of like grabs you guys before you get ready to go and says, "There's one more thing, fellas. Like we got most of the wagons back, and that's great, but there's still one wagon out there not accounted for. We still never found it. If you happen to catch any sight of anything out there, if you can find them, please send them back to us."
Okay. Do you know who it was and where they might be? Or...
It wasn't anyone. We're not really sure. It wasn't any particular team. It was some of the farmers, some of the laborers. They were in one of the wagons at the back. I don't know if you ever talked to them, but yeah, we just noticed they ain't come back, and it's been a good few days now. I'm getting a little worried. Everyone else has made it back all right. Just I'm sure they'll come back, but if you keep an eye out for them, and you know, hopefully you can speed their way back to us. That'd be great.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled.
In that case, good hunting to you all.
I think we'll need it. Thanks.
Okay, so is it safe to assume you guys are heading out? Well, you're using Krosek's Spirit GPS to go navigate it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, fair enough. So you leave the camp behind you, and you follow Krosek's instinct, which is to head out west, pretty much exactly west from where you, well, from where the campsite is. And as I said, it was getting dark, so for the first portion of your journey, you're basically traveling at night. But you're well rested, so you pretty much just ride as fast as you safely can in the dark. You can see the light of Verdun in the sky above you, so it's not too bad for navigating. After maybe about 6 or 7 hours, you catch sight of a kind of a dark silhouetted shape up on the horizon. Fairly big, basically about the size of a wagon, and looks like the outline of a wagon in the dark. It's not moving, and you don't see any signs of life around it, but you are still a fair distance away.
Should we go and have a look? That's probably the wagon.
Shall I stealth up to it?
Oh yeah, good idea.
I'll pull up my shadow cloak and make my way forward stealthily.
Okay. Do you want to make a?
Yeah, hang on.
Okay, cool, that's fine. So, Twig basically moves forward, kind of flitting between rock to rock, staying in the darker shadows, staying out kind of the more lit areas in the dark. And as she gets closer, she sees that yeah, it is indeed like the wagon that you guys have been told to keep an eye out for, but looks pretty horrifically damaged. The fabric of the canopy that goes over the top has been completely shredded by what looks like very large claws, and even the wood frame of the wagon is splintered and like sliced in several places. There's no sign of the animals that were pulling the wagon, and you don't see any sign of the people who would have been with it. Like, it's just an abandoned, torn up wagon.
Can I do a perception test with my deaf thing?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Just roll perception for it.
Does Canny have tracking, by the way? Sorry, I mean Dart.
I do.
That might be useful.
If you just roll a perception test for your deaf thing. Okay. For whatever reason, you do get a general sense that there is that vague feel of death in the air, kind of lingering around the wagon, but for some reason, like, your senses just kind of thrown off at the moment. It just feels like there's death in every direction, and you can't pick up on anything useful.
I'm guessing I failed.
Yeah. You failed.
I'll like actually sort of investigate the caravan itself. Can I do a searching test?
Yeah, sure. Perception searching, go for it.
And I want to go up to the wagon and search around it for tracks.
Okay. So I've Twig do a search, and then you can roll for tracking. Okay, well, you got 2 stunt points from your search if you want to use any investigation stunts.
I'll do could be a clue.
Okay. So you go inside the wagon, and there's a load of sacks of grain, some of which have been torn open, and there's a barrel of apples that's been smashed in two, and the apples have spilled out. They've all gone soft and rotten in the heat. You'd guess they've probably been out here for at least a couple of days. But whilst it doesn't seem to be directly related to anything, you do find $10 silver that seem to have been kept in a small pouch that's been dropped on the floor of the wagon. So you're welcome to help yourself to that. You do notice,
I
however,
will.
that 2 of the silver dollars are bloodstained.
I don't care.
Okay.
Hmm.
What kind of blood is it?
It's blood. You'd have to investigate to know what kind of blood it is. Canny, well, rather Dart has been searching for tracks around the outside of the wagon while Twig's searching the inside, and he quickly finds evidence of what look like drag marks, like heavy drag marks of bodies being dragged through the dirt, and lots of very light small footprints, which Dart recognises as being quite similar to the kind of tracks that Ikmar leaves, and therefore presumably that all Clicknid leave. And they all seem to be, both the drag marks and the small Clicknid legs seem to have kind of dragged off, well, further off to the west in the same direction you were heading.
They've been captured by Clickney.
Yeah, okay. I was worried we'd have to detour to find them, but I think we should just keep following the tracks, maybe? Or follow the drag tracks.
Okay, well, Dart carries on following the tracks while you guys are searching around, and after maybe a few minutes, Dart finds where the bodies were being dragged to. Basically, what Dart finds at the end of the track trail is that there are many dismembered body parts strewn about the ground. But they have been arranged in a very particular order. Lots of basically torsos, arms, legs of various dwarves and humans and halflings. Maybe 7 or 8 people who were probably part of the wagon. Their body parts have been arranged to spell out 2 words in common in your language. The first word is come, and the second is krosek. And the final few pieces of gore and body parts have been used to draw a crude arrow that points to the west. The last parts of the arrow, they appear to have run out of wagon crew body parts, and the last bits of the arrow have actually been completed with dead Clicknid.
Well,
Looks like you made a friend.
that's a good a sign as any. Let's go. Guess I've got to fucking clear up this mess.
Can I ask Baron Vool if he can collect any of the souls here?
Ah, that's a good point. Okay, Baron Vool, he goes over to the bodies and has a look and goes, nasty business this one. And a few days old, if I'm right. But let me see what I can do. So I'm just going to roll a little test for Baron Vool. Yes, apparently he can. So Baron Vool gets out this thing. It looks a little bit like a dream catcher. Like it's a sort of a circle made out of twigs, and then there's lots of like a net of string that's sort of tied within the circle, and it's marked with various like little feathers and bones. And he holds it up over the various mutilated body parts, and in particular there's one that hasn't been chopped up as much as the rest. Like there's still kind of a torso and a bit of a leg, and there's a head nearby that maybe was part of it. It's a bit too rotted to tell. But he holds this net over it, and he makes a sort of chanting, rhythmic noise at the back of his throat. And because he's sort of essentially a big catfish, it's a very rolling, gurgling, bubbling sound that gets very rhythmic and repetitive and sounds like rivers or some sort of thick liquid like blood just kind of bubbling in his throat. And after a few minutes, the net that he's holding starts to shimmer with this kind of like eerie green light, and it grows brighter and brighter until the whole circle of the net is just full with this light. And then he takes it and very quickly stuffs it inside his little waistcoat. And he said, it's all good, man. Got me a soul. Got me a good one.
Twig is looking at Vol like that was the most horrific thing she's ever seen. Like, she looks properly horrified by that.
What's wrong with you, little one? Are you feeling ill? Do you need
No,
some
don't take my soul,
Baron-Vol's
go away!
special medicine?
I don't want you to take my soul! And Twig just, like, hides behind Krosek.
Oh, Baron-Vol tries to peer around Krosek's shoulder and goes, "Oh, don't be worrying, little man. I would never take your soul.
I don't trust you, you're crazy soul taker!
You got,
Ugh.
you got
And she, like,
nothing to
shivers.
fear from good old Baron-Vol, man. I mean,
Uncle Fool.
you ain't dead yet."
Even if I die, if you take my soul, I'm gonna haunt you until you die. You got me!
Oh, God.
He just sort of smiles his very wide catfish smile and goes, "If you think that's how it works, man, then sure, you be haunting me."
You don't know me. You don't know us.
Krosek is just looking very sheepish and probably doesn't realise any of this is going on.
Black Wolf was fascinated by watching it.
Well, maybe to Black Wolf, with kind of her enhanced senses of death, she kind of, had a greater appreciation of what was going on and perhaps could sense how he was drawing the remnants of the soul of the dead into the net. And it was a very kind of artistic process, kind of like swirling paint with a brush and like into making patterns. So yeah, to Black Wolf it probably appeared to be something quite beautiful.
Also, when Twig was saying that, I said, I did like sacrifice those souls to my god. I think that's much worse. He didn't seem to bat an eyelid then.
Yeah, but I didn't see that. I didn't see the souls. I was too busy dealing with. It doesn't matter. I just and she like shudders and pulls the cloak over her head even further.
The Baron says to Black Wolf, don't be bothering the little one. Some people get a little funny when they see this stuff. I find it best just to not worry them, because if the Baron's learnt anything, it's that stress makes the souls taste bad when you do get your hands on them.
God.
And then he sort of like
Taste bad.
and he leans his head back and just makes this big throaty laugh. I just be kidding, man. I just kidding, probably, man.
Twig lets out another involuntary shudder and goes very quiet.
Was I riding the Storm Chaser 5000?
Yeah. You certainly can have been.
I'm gonna get on, start going west.
Okay, so you're pretty much deciding to head on out.
I'm looking very angry. Got some business to take care of.
Fair enough.
Or whatever the Saurian equivalent of business is.
I'm assuming everyone else is ready to head on.
Yeah.
Okay. So you carry on heading west throughout the night, and the sun comes up, and you travel for another full day, and eventually you're forced to accept you need rest, so you camp for a night. The next day you're woken up to the sounds, something similar to rumbling thunder in the distance. This kind of boom, boom, boom noise over and over again. And it seems to be just kind of echoing across the landscape from the west, which is the direction you're heading. So you pack your camp away very quickly and you jump in the Storm Chaser or on your horses and you carry on heading in the direction of the noise. And Krosek in the Storm Chaser, when he looks up, sees a few very small floating islands in the sky, and he recognizes them as the very same floating islands that he's seen in his visions. And coming up ahead of you on the edge of the horizon is what looks like the beginning of a canyon. And you realise you've found the place that you're looking for. However, as you get close to the canyon, you realise that things might be a little more complicated than you thought. I'm going to load you into a map now. So, as you approach the canyon, you see the Black Dragon, Calavera's large black airship, is currently hovering above the canyon. Looking down into the canyon, you can see that there are lots of holes dug into the ground and lots of these kind of organic termite hill columns that reach up, representing the Clicknid sort of hive nest that they've been building. The sort of large thundering sounds that you heard before are now deafening explosions as the cannons of Calavera's airship launch explosive shots down into the canyon, trying to blast the nest open. And in response, there are just dozens of these Clicknid just kind of like spilling out of holes in the ground. And those of them that have wings are flying up into the air and trying to swarm the airship. In response, you can see figures on the airship, the Calavera's men, just firing shots into this swarm of Clicknid that's trying to take their airship down. And for now, they seem to be doing a good job of holding them off. You can see machine guns firing that just mow down like whole scores of Clicknid in one go, but then more Clicknid just flying up of the holes and just attacking the ship over and over again, just slamming their bodies against it, trying to get on board onto the actual deck of the ship. And all the while, these cannons just continue to fire down into the canyon. So I'm just going to load you guys in. You guys are coming in from the west in the bottom right corner of the map. Just need to make you load in. So yeah, you guys have basically come to the edge of this canyon, and basically, as I say, you're in the bottom right corner of the map. You come to basically the edge of the canyon where the cliff starts to go down very, very steeply. So you're standing on the high point. You guys are perhaps looking almost directly level at the deck of the airship, which just lowers itself down into this canyon. And past the edges of your feet, the cliffs of the canyon go down very, very steeply. There are more explosions, and like rocks in the side of the cliff face kind of like start to come loose and start rolling down into the canyon. But mostly, like, you struggle to hear anything over the noise of like insects droning and the explosions of artillery shells and the yelling of the people on the deck of the airship.
I mean, realistically, we should probably just let the Clicknid get on with it and just sneak in. Let them take down that ship, who cares?
The only problem is if they can't take down the ship and the ship starts winning.
Well, I'm sorry, did you just say about the steps down there, Tolly?
No.
I think just down the ledge from where we are, is that like just a sort of dirt hill here? Is that like an overhang just that we're standing next to?
Yeah, so essentially you guys are over an overhang bit. It's quite steep. This area is quite steep but possibly climbable. But it's pretty steep. But once you get down to that point where you've drawn the yellow line, there's kind of like a little plateau about halfway down the cliff edge, and then there are these kind of an almost natural staircase of sand and rock that kind of like heads down to the actual bottom of the canyon. Or these other bits are kind of similarly fairly steep rock, but not as steep as the first bit, so they are also possibly scalable. If you guys want, you can also move further up along the edges of the canyon. You don't have to just descend from where you are. You can also basically come on any of this right-hand side of the map that you want to. At this point, the airship crew and the Clicknid are too busy with each other to have noticed your arrival. So you've got time to kind of move around and approach from another direction if you want to.
So I've got a plan, but I don't know how well it'll work.
I was just thinking we drop down and leg it into one of the holes.
See, I was thinking I wanted to sabotage the ship so that it crashes, hopefully killing the crew.
Hmm.
The problem with that is, if the ship isn't there, the Clicknid might go after us.
Exactly. Yeah. At the moment, the Clicknid looks like all the Clicknid are busy with the ship. The ship is busy with the Clicknid. This could be like the perfect opportunity for us to get down there and deal with things.
What would be nice is if we could run in, get the Queen, get out, damage the ship so that they can't beat the Clicknid, and then run away.
Well, as soon as we kill the Queen, all the Clicknid are going to stop being under her control.
I'm hoping they'll still hate the people on the ship.
I mean,
They will.
potentially they won't. Yeah, they might not be angry. They'll probably be disorientated, if anything.
I know, but if Calavera still starts fighting them, they're going to fight back. Because if we sneak
And
in,
they'll be grateful to us if we freed them of the control.
That's true. Yeah, they might buy us time to escape. Well, what do you guys think? How I think the most important thing is getting down onto that little staircase.
The other option is, of course, just waiting and then trying to take the head from Calavera.
That sounds risky.
That is very risky, as he's got an airship.
Yeah, he's got an airship and we don't.
and we don't have a Garrick.
Twig, how long would it take us to fiddle with the storm chaser to make it flight capable?
We'd have to find some material, and I honestly I don't know how long it'd take. Probably a day,
I don't think we have
easily a
time.
day, if not
Even
longer.
if we found all the stuff.
Yeah, that's just, best case scenario that we've actually got all the stuff as well. I might be able to do it, but
So run in, get the head, run away.
I think so, yeah. Dynamite the shit out of the places we're leaving. It's been our plan so far.
Well, what I might suggest is maybe now's a good time just to take like our sort of 10-minute break. Gives Sigs and Shaq just that little bit more of a chance to show up. And then you guys can execute your plan when we come back. Does that sound alright?
Yeah, sure. I can do some stuff for 5 minutes.
Cool, okay. So I'm just going to go grab a cup of tea and be back in 10 minutes. And then it's sort of up to you guys. If we don't have Garrick and Theo, you're still welcome to carry on. And you can just say those guys are like covering the perimeter or whatever. Or if you feel like you would rather wait for them, we can end the session early.
How much is it likely to be a lot of combat?
Depends how you handle it, really. But it is certainly quite a dangerous situation. But
Yeah, hordes of brainwashed Clicknid.
I'd be all for charging in, just because it'd be fun.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to carry on with the session. I'm just saying, like, Anyway, well, you never know. They might show up, and if they do, that's great. And if they don't, then we'll work it out. Okay, yes, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
You showed
Hello.
up in time.
Sorry we're a bit late. Our workday took a bit longer than we thought. 14 and a half hours of working on the roof.
Ugh, that's
And
rough.
I didn't have any sunscreen or sun lotion or anything. My scalp is never gonna forgive me.
Aw. You need to get a hat.
I forgot my hat home.
So to get. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I just opened the Roll20. Interesting map.
Yeah. I was just gonna say to catch you up. Essentially, Krosek did a check to see if we could figure out where the Hive Queen was, and he did it extremely well, and managed to both find the location and also find out that because he resurrected it from the dead, it can't create new Clicknid. So it's creating eggs, and the eggs are just like weak and sickly and dying from the get go, so they don't grow up into anything.
Good.
So she's like incredibly enraged and sad. We had to sort of tell Ikma what happened. So now she's aware of the fact that the Hive Queen is alive again. And we tried to figure out if there was a humane way of dealing with this, and it doesn't look like it. So
Bullet to the head.
we have decided to head off. And on the way, we found a wagon, and I picked up tin silver from the wagon,
Nice.
but also all of the people in the wagon who were a part of our caravan once upon a time are dead. And they had been horrifically rearranged into the words. Oh, what was it? Come Krosek, and an arrow pointing towards this location.
Holy shit.
So now that we're here, essentially, what's happening is,
Why is Calavera here?
well, Calavera. They obviously got here first, but they're trying to break open the hive to get in with bombs, but it's not going well. And like there are just scores and scores and scores of Clicknid flying up out of the hive to try and take down the airship, and they're too busy like to actually notice us at the moment. They haven't noticed we're here. They're both fighting each other. So our current plan of action sounds like we want to try and sneak into the hive while they're still dealing with each other, deal with the Hive Queen, and then hope that the Clicknid are thankful for the help and continue to attack Calavera.
Yeah,
I
sounds
think
good.
I think that's basically the plan of action. That's it.
Yeah, sounds good. Other than, I don't think the Clicknit's gonna be thankful there will be more like enraged, probably. Even if they were brainwashed, it might still linger somewhat. But it's still a good plan of action. Yes, let's do that. And hopefully we'll get a chance to take out Calavera too after the Hive Queen.
Yeah,
Because
if we can.
he's a pretty notorious criminal, and we also that or actually I want that airship. I want it so bad.
Yeah, I mean, if we can do it without destroying the not the airbrush, the airship.
Yeah.
That would be ideal, really.
That would be a fine headquarters for us. Mobile headquarters.
No, I don't think we're at that part of the journey yet. We don't get the airship.
Through that.
We've got the land vehicle. We need to upgrade the land vehicle. If you don't get, I'm making a Final Fantasy reference.
Indeed. We need a water vehicle first, then we can get the air vehicle. Anyway, Six is gonna take a little while longer. He's in the shower at the moment. Did you guys have your break yet? Did you guys have your break yet?
This is the break now.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to the shower too, quickly, after Six gets out.
Okay, well, at least we know that you're here. So
Yeah, and then I'll warm up some quick food to eat. I ate like at 11 a.m. last.
I'm back.
But
we've got Sigs and a Shack, but Sigs is in the shower. Shack is sunburnt.
Oh, sorry to hear that. What's the plan then? Do you guys want to join in? Because we could wait a little bit, or the alternative is you guys can your characters can kind of like be covering the rear, giving these guys a chance to escape from their mission, and you sit this session out.
We'd like to step in because Tolly just filled me in and it sounds nice. And actually, I'm just looking at the map right at the moment, and it kind of looks like you need a sharpshooter.
Yeah, they might want that. Yeah, we can certainly kill a little time just while you guys get yourselves sorted out.
Yeah, like 10 minutes or something.
Oh yeah, that's fine. No
We should be good.
Okay. Just realised I forgot to put Baron Vool in there with you. Did you guys come up with a definite plan?
I think the idea of just stealthing in and seeing if we can get in before they do, dealing with the Queen first.
Yeah, sounds
I
reasonable.
think that's the plan.
Just sort of imagine you guys just sort of chilling out for a while while this whole mess goes on.
How else do you deal with horrendous, over-the-top bug people?
Bug spray.
Yes, did no one think to bring a really big can of bug spray?
Oh, did you see the another thing happened in London?
Yeah.
I think somebody mentioned something about it at work, but I didn't really catch on to what happened.
Essentially, some white nationalist has ploughed into a bunch of people coming out of a mosque.
Ah,
So it's
Yeah.
the other side of the coin. And there are people like going, "Oh, but it's not terrorism." It's like, no, it's still terrorism.
it's literally the exact same tactic as terrorists have been using. So I'd say it's terrorism. You don't get to pick and choose just depending on who's being attacked.
Yeah, and what religion they are.
Yeah, exactly.
But what particularly annoyed me is that the Daily Mail did refused to use the term. They were like, "No, he's just a white van driver." No. Still a terrorist. Come on, Daily Mail. Like, I know you're bastards, but
They're the Daily Mail, and they're bastards.
yeah, I'm not entirely surprised, to be honest.
Nah, they're pretty awful.
It's really depressing when I threw some ice in a glass. The ice is already melted.
Yeah. I've been literally describing a handful every single time, literally about 10 to 12 pieces. Like
Hello.
Hello.
so we've got a shack and a SIGs, but we're taking a few extra minutes so they can sort themselves out because they've had a pretty horrendous work day.
Okay, no worries.
What do Shack and Six do?
Couldn't tell you.
One of them
Build
puts
stuff?
they put in saunas and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say build bathrooms, but I knew it wasn't right. Yeah, they literally build saunas.
Yeah, not like a hot spring sauna, like a Finnish.
Proper Finnish saunas.
Yeah, you have the little water scoop.
Malthuel is currently at a 55% win rate.
This mouth feels disgusting.
It's so brutal.
Oh, is that did they add him in Heroes or something? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really obnoxious.
is he
He
another
is-
assassin?
He's an
Yeah.
assassin that specializes in killing tanks.
He does. He's passive. He's passive. Does a percent damage over time. So whoever's got large amounts of health takes constant damage from him. But he can also consume it to heal, and the heal increases if something's got more health.
Which
Right.
means he actually feels pretty tanky. I thought he was a warrior at first. I find him really difficult to kill.
I think the thing is actually fairly squishy. He's just like
You
it's
just
the
gotta stun him.
regen and catching him.
Yeah.
He sounds like a Dota hero.
Like just getting a hold of the bastard is the trouble. And I barely play any characters that have any CC. Although Zul does surprisingly well against him.
That's perhaps not surprising, because Zul has good CC.
He's got decent CC and the anti-healing thing on his scythe.
But yeah, no tank can 1v1 him. It's not even close. And he's really good at taking down golems and stuff.
I think he probably needs a bit of a nerf.
Well, it'd probably be that classic thing, won't it? Of release new hero, they're overpowered. Everyone tries to buy a new hero for the first few weeks, then they tone it down a bit to something more reasonable.
Well, everyone's got it, isn't it? I'm pretty sure every game has had 2 Malthuels in it.
And that's only because you're only allowed one per team.
2 Malthuels and 2 Orioles.
Is Oriel the healer one?
Yeah.
That Canny plays and keeps us alive with.
She seems really good. People always seem to forget to put the passive on people again, though.
That's kind of crucial.
And I'm like, just stop running away, so I can put it on you. And they're like, but what?
She's good. The only problem is she needs a DPS to get the energy. And she's got no real movement stuff.
Yeah, I like her knockback. That's cool.
The knockback's good. I just wish I could stun with it.
Oh, yes.
My biggest success is I've almost stopped saving people with it. Very rarely do I save someone on the other team.
Yeah, it's not really an engage tool, is it? Unless you played Gank Oriel.
I'm just gonna stick to my stupid pushing champions. Asmodan and Zul. Asmodan and Zul.
There is something satisfying in that game about just pushing a lane really hard.
Check's back.
Hi, Jack.
Hello.
Oh my god, my head.
You got the sunstroke.
Not sunstroke, just sunburn, but it's bad. It's bad, man. I can take a picture. I got glasses like 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, and the line can be easily seen. The whatever frames.
Oh, what? From your sunburn?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
14.5 hours in roof, like working,
Ouch.
installing new roof. Six should be ready in like 2 minutes or something.
That's cool. We'll wait for him. We'll do like a very brief recap just of where we've got up to. Although I think it's fairly obvious from the map where we've got up to.
Yeah. I see Calavera there. I want his airship. And I want his head.
You could always try and take it. while he's busy.
Indeed. Then I'll just kick him off. Get off my plane.
If his head still talks even when he's decapitated, we could just stick it on the front of the airship, and he can like just talk and probably insult us a bit, but he can't do anything. He's a head.
That's pretty middle. We can start calling him Bob the Skull.
It's like, my name's Caliber. Don't shut up, Bob. Idiot.
Could put him in fancy hats.
Yes.
But let's not insult him like that whilst he still has the big airship, though. Maybe after
While
we
he
see.
still has a body.
Yes.
Fortunately for now, he is at least occupied.
Hi.
Hey, it's a 6.
Six.
Possibly it's a 6. Wait for 6 to get mic and stuff.
Has anyone been playing Stormblood?
I do not know what this is.
It's the new Final Fantasy? Expansion.
Is it any good?
Yeah.
What have they added in this one?
Samurai, Red Mage,
I was more to like any
loads
new
of stuff.
mechanics. Do you know, like they introduced flying and stuff like that?
And yeah, they added swimming. It's quite good fun. Special swimming mounts and things. The new zones are really nice as well.
What's the story of this one?
Taking back Alamigo and Doma from Garlean control. And the Garleans also summoned Omega accidentally on purpose.
I like Final Fantasy, but when I went away from it and then came back, I just couldn't get back into it.
Do we have a 6 operational? Take that as a not quite yet.
Indeed. And by the way, I play Stormblood too.
Oh yeah,
Well,
which
actually-
server?
Well, actually, I resubbed, but I'm still leveling through Heavensward at the moment. So
Which server are you on?
Shiva.
Ah, okay, I'm on Odin.
Oh. The Apso guild is not active anymore in Shiva, is it?
I don't think so. I think Nick should have said something if it was.
Yeah.
Ready. Hey, Six.
Yay! Welcome, Six.
I'm playing Red Mage and I absolutely love it.
It is. I'm playing Samurai. I've been watching people playing Red Mage though, and it's so tempting.
So nice. I played as a Black Mage before that, but
Ah,
I
okay, yeah.
switched to Red and I was like, oh my god.
Although
It's so
Summoner does
fun.
look pretty good. They get to summon Bahamut for like 20 seconds.
Cool.
What are the any changes to paladins? Because that's what I played.
They're overpowered now.
Hmm?
They're really overpowered at the moment.
I think every class got some little minor changes or some got major
Yeah.
changes. Stat,
A lot of it got kind
ability
of.
squishes and
Yeah. I think Bard got reworked quite a lot. Bard and Machinist. Ninja too. A lot of ninja changes.
Anyway, if we're all good, I'll
Yeah.
pull us back to this other fantastical universe.
Sorry.
Just for the sake of for you, Sigs, I don't know if Shaq said anything. So basically, in a nutshell, Krosek managed to find where the Hive Queen was located, and while doing so, he also found out that she can't reproduce new Clicknid because they all come out sick and withered because of being resurrected. So she's angry and upset. We also discovered that there's basically no humane way of dealing with her. Like, it all seems to be kind of horrendous no matter what thing we do, really. We also spoke to Ikmar. Ikmar said that Krosek sort of did a bad thing, and there's nothing that we can do outside of sort of like either killing her or sort of maiming to get rid of the mind control business. So we set off, and we came across a missing caravan of one of ours, and everybody inside was dead. Did find 10 silver, so that's good. But their body parts have been rearranged into the words "Come Krosek" and an arrow pointing towards this location. So we arrived, and as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. So what's going on is Calavera is currently in the middle of a ship battle against hordes and hordes of Clicknid. The Clicknid are sort of mindlessly just sort of throwing themselves at the gunship, and they seem to be preoccupied with each other, so we currently haven't been seen. If anyone else has anything to add.
And we're thinking about jumping down onto this little platform in front of us and following those stairs down to a hole.
Yeah.
Also, we adopted Tam Kench. He's coming with us now.
Baron Bull.
Sorry, what did I say?
Tom Kench.
Totally different character that's totally original and unique, I'll have you know. But
Yeah, so-
just to clarify, you guys are kind of on the edge of the canyon, and the area just in front of you is a very steep but possibly climbable incline down into the cavern. This area is sort of like a plateau, and then this is sort of a natural staircase. As I was saying to the others, you guys are also welcome to come in from another direction on the map if you want, because, as I said, the Clicknid and the crew of the airship are too busy fighting each other to have noticed you yet, so you can reposition if you want to.
Our current sort of plan is literally just to get in without being noticed, take out the Hive Queen, and then hopefully the Clicknid will be either disorientated and won't attack us, or be thankful for being released and will attack Calavera for us. Yeah. But who knows? That's probably not going to be how this goes down.
Okay, well,
Is this
sorry.
is
go on.
this bug buzzing, or is this like death metal?
It's supposed to be bug buzzing.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I've got my music turned down.
But yeah, essentially, as you watch from the top of the canyon, you can see this airship firing artillery shells down onto the nest, also shooting their pistols and machine guns into these hives of Clicknid, and the Clicknid are responding by like mobbing the airship. The ones that can fly are just slamming themselves into the side of it and trying to take down the sails and scratch the hull with their claws. And the ones that can't fly are kind of scrabbling up the sides of the canyon and then leaping across, trying to like grab onto the sides of the airship. But for now, it's kind of a stalemate. Like, the airship is heavily outnumbered, but the Clicknid kind of keep getting driven back because they keep getting shot to bits. And
What are these large round balls?
they are sort of more of these weird termite hill like structures that look a bit kind of organic. They're basically stuff that's like been put together with like spittle and bits of organic matter to make like weird hive structures. But they seem mostly hollow, and like air blows through those holes that you can see.
Maybe they're in ventilation.
Are there any rocks or pillars around where we are up on this ledge?
There are some general rocks about, like boulders and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Have they noticed us yet?
They haven't noticed you. They are busy fighting.
I'm looking for something to tie a rope around to help us climb down and then back up.
Oh, there's certainly some large boulders that you feel confident would take your weight.
Also, potentially, we could hook the grappling hooks around this tall thing and use it to go across and then sort of like propel down into the hole. Maybe.
I'm thinking about the rope for mainly for getting back out.
It would be more stealthy if we just lower a rope and lower a rope and go in the ground.
Yeah, so I want to get a rope out and tie it around the boulder and lower it down.
Okay, yeah, sure. You do that. Tie the rope around the boulder, you secure it, and yeah, dangle it down over the edge of the cliff, I guess. And you've got enough rope to reach down to like this plateau area. Maybe about 30, 40 feet down below you.
Okay. Unless anyone complains, I want to climb down.
Okay, you want to make a strength climbing test for me? Whoa!
Whoa.
Dart just repels down that cliff like a pro. You've got 6 stun points. I'm not sure what to award them to you for that amazing.
You can carry me while you're at it.
There's this triple somersault backflip, pirouettes off the edge.
Stunned silence. Like, all the Clicknid just turn and look and go, that was a damn fine bit of...
They all
Let's-
hold up little
bit
signs
of
with
repellent.
10.
yeah.
But yeah, with I mean, you can take those as inspiration points if you want. but yeah, Dart makes it successfully down and is able to maybe secure the rope at the bottom end as well. So you've got a nice kind of descent line if you want to use it.
Can someone take Dexys down? Because I can obviously just fly.
So you got a little handle I can like pick him up by.
Maybe I should install one. He's probably got like a like door bit that you can grab. Like he's got the doors at the front of the body, and there's a handhold there, so you could probably hold him. But he's not that big. You could probably just hold him in your hand. He's only like maybe 1.5 foot long, 1.5 foot tall.
Can he attach himself to someone's back like piggyback ride style?
Probably. Who's feeling the most strong?
I will
Me,
say it
down
will
here.
make the climbing test harder, although the rope makes it easier, so it might balance out.
I have strength might, so I don't know if that would work. What kind of climbing test? Would it just be climbing?
Climbing is strength climbing.
Okay.
Could suggest you tie a rope around Dexys and then lower him down
Oh yeah, that's probably. Is that gonna not take?
if you've got rope.
I don't have any rope.
I got rope.
Got dynamite.
I got dynamite too.
That'll make it easier to carry him.
Well, yeah, if someone can lower him down maybe then.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm gonna climb down.
Okay, if you're climbing down, just please make a climbing strength test. And Dexys, I think we can say, is just safely lowered down by use of ropes. So he.
Nice roll, Canny.
Well, Krosek manages to get down, no problem. Theo then follows him, but basically while Theo's making his descent, a bunch of Clicknid warriors slam into the side of the airship and actually damage one of the sails, causing it to kind of sink a bit. And that means the angle of one of its cannons as it's firing goes high into the air, smashes into the cliff face near Theo, and he actually falls, slipping all the way down.
Yeah.
Like bouncing off several large pointy rocks as he
Ouch.
does so. So I'm afraid you take. Oh, only 6 points of damage. That's not too bad. I'm afraid it's penetrating damage, so you don't get your armor for it. Black Wolf has also managed to climb down, so congratulations. And so has Garrick, and Garrick's got stump points as well, because it's Shaq, and he's good at doing that.
Of
Well, technically, I've got stun points as well, but I've only got one.
I've got 5.
Unfortunately, you can't really take inspiration from the one, but
I'll just like jump down with telemark landing.
Let's just say I do a graceful landing.
fair enough. And Baron Vool's managed to climb down and follow you as well, so that's nice. Okay, so you've...
Does he just belly flop down?
Can I save the stun points to inspiration?
Yes, you can. That's fun. So you can have up to a +3 on your next
Yep.
next thing that you do. I'll give you a marker.
Can I take that as well?
Yeah, sure. Just mark yourself with something that you have it.
And then we're heading, yeah?
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have sort of clambered down, and there's this rocky staircase that Dart's heading his way down to one of these hive holes. It is nestled between two areas which are smouldering with flame after explosive shells from the airship have hit. And there are a few dead Clicknid that are just sort of lying around the area. But there's basically no one else here. There's just burning smoke and dead Clicknid and a big hole in the ground.
Dear God. Can I go after Dart or before Dart? Because I think someone with good stealth should go first.
I can do it,
Sure.
seeing as I'm also small, so maybe. Oh, actually, right. How does disguise work?
I'm not sure you'll be able to disguise yourself as a Clicknid.
Well,
I would say that.
Depends how well I disguise, really. Doesn't it?
We
Clicknid
got
baby.
materials.
I mean,
Oh my god! Twig, disguise yourself as a Clicknid baby and make the Hive Queen think she's had a proper child. Oh, that's fucking dark.
Oh my god! Like, but maybe that will work.
Then you, like, shank the fuck out of her.
But how
I
exactly
would
does
say-
it work?
Okay,
Like,
disguise. I think you need some suitable materials with which to make a convincing disguise.
they're not make it out of dead Clicknid clothes.
Fucking hell.
Not out of the Clicknid themselves. I'm not that dark.
I mean, you'd need something that either Clicknid stuff or some, I don't know, some paints and some materials you could use to make a convincing costume. Even then, I would say, because you're trying to disguise yourself as a very different species, it would be a very difficult endeavour. But I mean, you're welcome to attempt it.
Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to gather up, like, off of maybe these two Clicknid, like just bits of scrap clothing and anything that might be helpful. You know, like maybe broken bits of chitin.
Yeah, there is certainly quite a few bits of that, like pieces of their carapace have been blasted off by the explosion. There's some kind of, they've got some clothes, like of basic cloth, although admittedly those are kind of stained with blood and ichor and stuff. But yeah, you can sample a few pieces which you think you might be able to turn into some sort of convincing disguise. They certainly smell extremely strongly of Clicknid. So
I know they
they've got
use
that
scent a
going
lot,
for them.
so. And I'll keep them with me for now, but I won't make the disguise just yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Meanwhile, what I will do is put my shadow cloak up and stealth into the hole.
Okay.
I've just clicked on the button.
Does anyone else want? Do other people want to follow Twig in, or is Twig doing a scout thing?
I'll go after him stealthily.
I'll wait a little bit before going in.
Okay. Twig and Garrick, do you want to make stealth tests for me?
Oh my god. I'm gonna use my 3 points to this.
Oh my god! How you had +9?
I'm gonna use my +3, so it's 16.
That's
Gee.
probably wise. Okay, you both managed to infiltrate the hive successfully. I'm gonna move the map. Hang on, just to show you what you can see. Although you guys haven't quite entered yet.
Hello, Anu Barak.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
This is cool, actually.
So
Yeah.
the two of you sneak down through these kind of like very tight, narrow, winding passageways that kind of just worm their way through the rock, and they're quite slippy and difficult to get handholds on. But you manage to kind of shuffle your way down stealthily without making any noise. As the two of you make your way down, you're overwhelmed by this smell of like that kind of sweet, rotting smell of like dead bodies that have been out in the sun for a long time. It's just the whole warren smells of decay and rot and pus. Like it absolutely stinks. You also become aware of kind of like this murmuring sound of like chittering and humming noises and droning sounds until you suddenly find yourselves coming out into a very large, wide, dome-shaped chamber, kind of as Krosik described for you from his vision. And in the center, you see the Hive Queen, not as you saw her before when she was resurrected in the Sorok tomb, but much larger and healthier looking. And she's basically on this slightly raised sandy area, moving between different piles of these eggs, which are kind of like surrounded, like propped up in little supports made out of the sand. And she's sort of
Whereabouts are
just-
we in the room?
Sorry, I just need to. For some reason, you guys didn't get your light, so I'm just giving you some light.
Okay.
I don't know if we can fight these ones, guys.
You wimp.
Well, if we all focus on the queen, we might just kill the queen before, and then
Yeah, but look how many of them there are. If they get one turn, one of us is going to go down.
Nah,
It'll be fine.
it'll be fine.
I think we need to find another way.
Actually,
Well,
I
Do
think
the rest? What do the rest of you on the surface want to do while these
I
guys
want-
are
I want
exploring?
to try and sneak in as well.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to move people in that case.
yeah.
How long have they been down there?
I'll go back and
Just
get
a
the
minute.
rest.
Do you want me to roll to sneak in?
No, you're not really. You're okay. I think as long as you stay behind these guys, you're alright. So I'm just going to move people in and make sure you've got your appropriate light sources, so you at least have a sense of where you are.
Are Garrick and I still stealth?
Yeah, you are, and the people behind you are fine. But if they move further in, they might become noticeable.
What direction is the Hive Queen facing? Like the way that the token's facing.
For now, yes. Let's say she's doing that. Like,
So
she's
her back
mostly-
is over this direction then.
Yeah,
Right.
but she's mostly focused on like tending to these eggs that are dotted around the chamber. The eggs are a very sort of pale color, and they kind of have all these like rather slick white furry masses all over them. Occasionally, like one kind of like trembles a little bit, but otherwise they don't look very nice at all.
Okay, guys, I got a plan. Let's gather up all our dynamites. I got 3, and light it and throw it at them. And then we start the fight. It's a nice big bang. If we throw it at the Hive Queen, it should do some damage.
Can I go back outside? I tell him,
If you want
wait a
to,
second,
sure.
go back outside.
Okay.
I'm an idiot.
Why are you an idiot?
You'll see. Just. Oh,
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
Okay, I'll just
Yeah,
quickly
me too.
I need to
move
go
you
back.
back out into the other map. Hang on.
So are we cool with the dynamite plan? It's a dynamite plan.
It is a dynamite plan. Okay, so quickly, Black Wolf, you've come back out. What would you like to do?
I'm going to raise one of the dead bodies.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, sure. Do you want to roll to cast Raise Dead?
Booyah! And I get 4 stun points.
Nice.
I'm going to decrease its mana cost.
Okay, fair enough. You should have control of the one to your left now.
I bring both of them. I go back inside with the thing.
Oh, sorry. What, you're resing both of them?
No, I'm just raising that one. I'm bringing it back into the cave with
Okay.
me.
Cool. Right, hang on. That's a good call. I had not considered that you would do that.
All right, and then I tell who was it that said that they were going to throw the dynamite?
Me.
I said no. Attach it to this guy, and then as he comes in,
Oh, nice.
See, I was gonna say, after the last time we leveled up, Dexys actually now has the mortar blaster. Remember that you said would be a good idea.
Oh,
It's essentially an empty tube that can be loaded with anything sort of smaller than about 6 inches fired out.
yeah, that's cool.
One question.
Yeah.
How much does the flamethrower do damage?
Oh god, sorry, I forgot you've actually got a flamethrower. I think
Oh,
for
it's
simplicity,
right back.
the same it works as the flame blast spell, but you don't need to cast for it, but it just uses some fuel.
Okay, so going into the hive of bugs, so I'm gonna take my flamethrower out.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
How many people have dynamite? I got 3.
I don't have anything.
Crosser?
I have none.
I think Raj might be FK, so, but I think he's got some dynamite.
Yeah.
What about if we only attach like 2 to my little suicide bomber,
Yeah, sure.
and then,
And 2 with Dexys.
or maybe yeah. Do you know, like,
And I have round 3 at that point, so I can give a good shot at that point. If I don't have to throw it.
I also need to just when does is come on, Raj, I need you. I can't remember. Does anyone have one of those tonics?
Raj almost definitely has weird tonic.
Yeah.
Just check his inventory, but I think he should do, yeah. Because he picked up a few of them a while ago. According to his inventory, he's still got one, so yes, you should be able to.
So if like Krosik chugs one, and then does a massive lightning bolt. Like, and then I send, or at the same time we send in my little guy, and then it blows up. We just pelt it with everything we've got.
Yeah. Surprise action. Wolfie?
Yep.
How much did 1 dynamite do damage? I just have dynamite here, but not added in a weapon list.
Quick double check. Get my rule book up. That's weird, I can't find it.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Dynamite does 4d6 damage, but it has a very short range. It's got a short range of 2 yards and a long range of 4 yards if you want to throw it.
Okay, and if we stick like 4 dynamites together, does it do like 16 d6?
Yeah, I suppose we just roll the damage 4 times for the 4 bits of dynamite. So
Nice.
armor would count for each dynamite, if that makes sense. So it would be, we'd roll 4d6 4 times, we wouldn't just roll 16d6.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how that would work.
Krosik, how many dynamites you have? I got 3, we can use those.
2.
So we got 5.
We can also just strap a bunch of blast and thunder vials on there as well. I've got 7 different vials in total.
Oh yeah, cool. Let's put everything we have on the reanimated clicknit, and then
You
he
guys
runs
seriously
to
just
the
wanna
queen.
jihad the shit out of this.
It's useful.
Do we not want to try and talk to her first?
Nope.
It's just fuck.
I
There
mean,
could be interesting things to talk about though.
want to give it a go, by all means, but I'll just say I'm really glad I'm stealthed.
I am gonna capitalize on my surprise action or round. So if you want to make yourself known, sure, but
Yeah, Wolfie, can I make myself known without everyone else being revealed?
I mean, you can head out in front of them. But generally, what I've said is the two guys at the front are stealthed, and everyone else is sort of not quite in the room. If you move forward from, this kind of point, then you're gonna get noticed. So yeah, you can send Krosek ahead, and the others can fall back. If you want.
Oh my god.
Will they be seen if I move?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
So I can move.
Given that you made successful stealth checks getting in here, no. Like, I mean, there's a couple of hive drones near you, but they seem kind of almost like slow, almost drunken. Like they've got very slow, sickly movements, and they seem to just be kind of like
Oh, fuck.
tending to these, like building more of this kind of organic gunk that they slaver all over the walls, so that they're not really even paying attention to you guys.
Oh shit! I'm gonna regret this. Okay, I'm gonna walk forward.
Okay.
Before you go, give us the dynamite.
Yeah,
and
can I-
the potions?
Yeah.
Can I give them
pass
all
it
the
over.
dynamite? And I've got 4 blast vials and 3 thunder vials.
Everything goes.
Okay, Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna leave Sprat with them, and then if Sprat starts waving her claw paws around, that means you should send in the death bomb. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, I'll take out my rifle at this point, so I don't have to when not if the combat starts.
Yeah, I'll take my staff out.
If I sidle around the room,
Mm.
like I want to just move over here somewhere.
Yeah. I'd probably ask you to make another stealth check if you want to move further around.
I'm happy with that. I'd like to try.
If I distract them, will he get an advantage on doing that?
Yes, she has a particular interest in you, so I'd say that Twig can have an extra +2 to the stealth check once you've made yourself known.
You want to wait then? Actually.
Okay.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna fucking do this thing.
Good luck.
Okay, I'm gonna back the
Okay,
rest
hold
of
on.
you guys up while he's moving forward.
Yep.
Okay.
I say to him as he goes, if this goes wrong, I'm running.
Yeah.
Okay, Krosek moves forward into, well, up to the kind of this platform in the center of the chamber, and as he does, these hive guards cotton onto his presence and both move quickly towards him. They're both very large clicknids, and they hold like these large curved spears in their forearms. Both of them move towards you, and as they notice you, the Hive Queen notices you as well, and she turns around to face you. And she kind of raises up on her back legs and lifts up these large scything claws that she has, and she goes, "Welcome, Krosek. I see you got my message."
What the fuck do I even say to that?
Yep.
Yes.
Come in, welcome. We have been expecting you.
What?
Me
Yeah.
and all my children.
Well, I know that's a lie.
Lies are all you tell, Krosek. Krosek the betrayer, Krosek the evil one.
I didn't betray you.
You brought me back to this terrible, bright, horrid world. Why did you do it? Why?
You sound like a fucking Dalek.
Didn't want to blow up on excess magic.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to tell her that, am I? Well, you know, I saw an opportunity for life. I do regret that now, though. I'm sorry for causing you pain. I came here to see if there's anything I can help you with. I noticed you were having trouble making young.
Kick one of the eggs. Kick it.
Oh shit!
Right at the right side of you.
I'm getting spammed by Tolly to say wife her. Oh shit! Is she aggressive towards me, or is she like?
She is basically like moving from side to side, like shifting her weight from one of her giant legs to the other. Like, and seems very agitated, and her wings kind of just fluttering on her back.
Yeah, I'll say I've come to see what I can do, my queen. How can I help you? I brought you back, so I've got. It's my responsibility.
Help! Help! I thought you were a friend. I thought your spirit was connected to mine.
Yeah, it's still there.
But you betrayed me, Krosek. Betrayed me for some dirty dragon magic.
No, you misunderstand. I was.
Betrayed me by making me into this twisted form. Not even capable of making proper children. Do you want to see what you have done, traitor little Krosek?
I've already seen, and I'm sorry.
She grabs one of the eggs nearby and hooks it up onto her claw, and then she just sort of flings it through the air so it bursts at your feet, and one of these little half-dead, mutated, ruined little baby clicknid things just kind of like breaks out of the egg and just kind of wriggles around in the dirt at your feet, and it's basically tries to claw and tries to stab it and bite at your feet, but it's too weak and it just kind of shudders and dies in front of you.
Can I try and heal it?
You can
See if I
try.
can bring it to life. See if I can actually like bring it to life properly. Because I guess she doesn't have a proper. I don't know. Fuck, this is really dark. Okay, yeah, I'll. I'm not sure. It's dead, right? You said it's.
Yeah,
it died,
it's
or is it?
basically just like shuddered and collapsed.
Okay. I'll try and cast revival. Is it intelligence to cast a spell?
Yes.
Then yeah. Just making sure I have everything. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. The little weevil-like creature in the dirt suddenly like shudders back to life, and it continues immediately doing what it was doing before, which was trying to bite you. It crawls up onto your leg, and you suddenly cry out as you feel like small little pincers burrowing into your shin. And you can feel it like sucking hungrily at the blood out of your leg.
Can I pull it off and give it back to the Hive Queen?
You can. You've taken 8 penetrating
What the
damage from it
fuck?
savaging your leg.
Right.
It is extremely painful and seems to leave a kind of stinging, burning sensation when you pull it out. Blood pours down your leg
Fuck's
into the
sake.
sand. You see, Krosek? You see what your magic does? You are the great destroyer. You are the most disgusting creature I have ever beheld in my millennia of lifetimes.
Can I roll to do stealth, please?
Oh, sorry. Yes, she can. She is suitably distracted right now. Yeah, you are super stealthy. Like, no one is gonna notice you at all.
I'm just gonna chill out over here. Actually, I'm gonna make my feather around. I'm gonna hide behind this drone.
Okay.
Isn't he looking at the wall?
They're just kind of shuffling around, doing like these kind of like slow zombie-like movements.
Have I successfully peeled this thing off my leg?
Oh yeah, you got it off your leg and you threw it away.
No, I wanted to throw it to the Hive Queen.
Oh, okay. Well,
Show
it
her.
just kind of collapses at her feet, wriggles for a few seconds more, and then it once again dies in front of her.
Oh, fuck.
Slowly starts to turn to dust.
Well, there's just no fucking reasoning with some people. Spret starts waving her paws around.
Go, go, go!
I'll just be like, well, I'll be off then. Sorry I couldn't help.
You are not going anywhere, young Krosek. It is time
Fire,
for your trial. Guards,
Yeah.
seize him.
I'm gonna try and run away.
Okay, the two hive guards try to grab you, so you're going to have to roll to try and get away from them.
Is that strength might or
That can be strength might, yes.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
The guards grab you.
Oh shit, son.
They
Abort!
grab you and start to drag you in front of the hive queen.
Abort the dynamite!
Hmm. What's this trial?
So what are the rest of you doing? Were you deploying the dynamite?
Spret stops waving her paws and starts waving her paws in the opposite direction.
I'll yell out,
Like air traffic controllers.
You queen of abominations. You are unnatural and your time is at end. And
You're under
I'll shoot-
arrest.
Not this time. I'll shoot at the hive guard that has Krosek.
Okay, sure.
Oh fuck! I feel like pissing them off right now is not a good idea.
You want to roll to hit the hive guard?
I'm so gonna die.
Wait,
I'm
it
gonna
sucks to
take
be right
aim
by the-
action and shoot.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah, Oh my god.
Fucking hell. And 6 stun points.
Bloody hell. Yeah, okay, so you
I'm gonna
hit. What would you like to do with your many stunt points?
Many stunt points.
A murder.
Well,
That's what he'd like to do.
a bloody murder. Hmm. I'll take. Oh, hey, actually, I'm gonna need to double check my new stunt. There we go. Yeah, I'll take Volley.
You'll take what, sorry?
Volley. It's sharpshooter journeyman stunt for 5 stunt points. I get 2 more attack ranged attacks within 10 yards of the original target.
Oh.
So I got 3. I get 3 ranged attacks.
Oh, okay, so you essentially get 2 more after this one.
Yeah, and since I have 1 more stun point, I'll use that to get knock prone
Okay.
for 1 point.
Yeah, sure, okay. Do you want to roll damage for this first attack then? Then we'll do the others quickly.
Yeah. Is my dexterity higher than
You know
theirs?
what? It's not.
What?
Clicknid are dexterity 5. At least the elite warrior ones are.
Yeah, so, okay,
Finally. Finally something.
finally.
The only reason Wolfie made this entire campaign.
What would have been funny if he went, no, we leveled up and I've got 6 dexterity now. Because it was a primary.
I took accuracy instead.
If you raise a primary stat or any stat above 5, it costs 2 advancement.
He's right.
That's the first shot.
You still do a decent amount of damage and you knock it prone. So, yeah, this hive guard gets knocked to the ground and he's got okay armor.
And
But-
then I'll shoot at hive guard number 2.
Okay. Just, yeah, same thing. Roll to hit and damage.
Do I get my aim bonus to this one?
I don't see why not. It's all part of your same attack action. Yeah, that'll easily hit. Okay. So that one gets
And
shot for a nasty chunk as well.
and the third hit goes to the same hive guard number 2.
Okay,
Because
sure.
he's not prone. So I'm gonna make him dead.
That will hit again.
Boom.
Dang.
Am I unrestrained now?
Okay, yeah, so Krosik, from your point of view, these two quite powerful Clicknid warriors are like sort of using their many arms to wrestle you to the ground in front of the Hive Queen, when suddenly 3 shots ring out, and a Hive Guard falls dead next to you, and the other one basically falls down to the ground bleeding, and you're suddenly free. You kind of get up to your feet, but you're now looking the Hive Queen right in the face. I would like everyone to roll initiative, because this would appear to be the time to do that.
I'd like to take my +2 inspiration now on this initiative check.
Yeah, sure, if you want to, that's fine.
I turn around and I see Garrett, and he's just like surrounded by rose petals. Ah! My hero. Yeah, I think I'm doing all right on initiative.
Nice.
Good, yeah. Oh no, I've got fears, okay. I'm gonna put Theo and Twig got the same. I'm gonna put Twig higher because she was stealthing around. Just needs to do a couple of quick rolls. Okay, the Hive Guard are pretty quick, but not quite as fast as Kurosek, but he is right in the middle of the situation, so that seems reasonable. Okay, right, so the very first thing that happens is, while all this has been going on, you have still continued to hear this kind of like thumping sound from above you of these artillery shells from the airship that have been raining down on the ground above, and you hear a particularly loud explosion go off above you, and a rock comes basically crashing down from the top of the ceiling as the top of the cavern starts to fall in. I'm just going to roll
Damn.
dice quickly. Basically, a rock's falling kind of around, like, between Garrick and the Hive Guard. I'm just going to roll for where it scatters to. 5. 5 I get to decide, okay. Basically, sorry, one sec. Yeah, it falls on target, so a rock from the ceiling basically just crashes down in front of you guys, and sends like dust and bits of rock flying all over the place. And more bits of kind of dust and smaller pebbles and bits of rock are kind of like starting to crumble in from the top of the ceiling. And the sound of those artillery shells is getting louder and louder. But then it's Krosik's go, and you're face to face with the evil Hive Queen you resurrected. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm just gonna pat her on the face, and then I'm going to sprint out of the cavern. No, I don't know. Is that rock like in my way if I try to escape?
You could probably get around it. Yeah, you
Is she
could
gonna?
certainly run around it. This means you can't. You have to, you know.
That's a big HP bar. We do need to deal with it, don't we?
You got the dynamite, dude.
Hmm.
The Hive Queen is towering above you with these very nice long scything claws that look like they'd be really good at disemboweling.
I would like to attempt to charm her.
Okay, how do you want to go about that?
I will. I honestly, if I try and run away, she's just gonna like shank me in the back at this point. I'll. Hmm.
Flirt.
I'm not good at flirting. I'm an old Saurian man. I'll kneel down in front of her and I'll say, my queen, the dragon magics I sought, they were only to help restore you to your former beauty and strength. If you'll permit, me and my friends have come to restore you to your glory.
Okay, do you want to roll a communication persuasion test?
Okay.
And we'll do it against her, I guess her perception empathy.
Do I get a bonus because of my like spirit link with her, or?
I was gonna say I think she gets a bonus because she has a spirit link to tell if you're bullshitting.
Okay. I'm not. I'm fair enough. Come on. Dice don't fail me now. If you could just roll really badly, Wolfie, that'd be fantastic.
Let's find out. Wow.
Oh! I appreciate that, thank you.
Jesus. Okay, so the Hive Queen kind of like halts, and the giant claw that was poised just above your head, ready to like to chop you in two. Instead, she places down on the sand beside you,
She strokes my cheek.
and she just like lowers her enormous kind of withered, spiky head so that it's right up close to yours, and you can smell like the rotting meat smell of her breath, and you can kind of feel like the sickly wrongness of her spirit. And she says, "Is it true? Is it true, Krosek? You truly do wish to help me?" And yeah, she reaches out with like one of her clawed things and just strokes you gently. "I do not understand you, little Krosek."
I don't know what to say. I didn't think it would work.
You know that song in the Little Mermaid, "Kisty Girl"?
I don't know it. Do you want me to sing it to her?
You've got to do your best.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! What is the crab called?
Could do my
Sebastian's
signature
voice.
movement, put my hand on her face, and then cast lightning bolt.
Is that really what you want to do?
No.
I mean, you can do. I'm just asking. Well, she waves one of her like mandibles at her hive guards and say, "Perhaps we have judged this one too quickly, even if his friends are violent and wild beasts." And her hive guard basically start to kind of, well, the living ones start to crawl back out the way. Like they're giving you a moment to justify yourself.
Okay.
So you can either do something with that, or you can wait and see what the others do.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna try and talk to her. Do I have time to keep talking, or is that my
You've got
my
a little
turn?
bit of time to talk, yeah. I'd say
Okay.
it would probably be your other action to talk with her.
Okay. Glorious Empress of the Clicknid. The world has changed much since you were alive, and I regret my magics did not work as well as intended. However, if you give us time, we may be able to heal you, but you need to understand your mind-controlling ways of the Clicknid. Unfortunately, the other Clicknid will not allow you to live whilst you do this, but if we can find a way with you to live in harmony, then I'm sure they'll accept you into their culture, and you can maybe once again one day bear children of your own. I sense that is truly what you wish, and I'll put my hand on her face. And I'm like, I think my character would genuinely want to help her have children again, because I'm like, protector of life.
Okay. She goes. You seem gentle and wise, little Krosek, but you do not understand the Clicknid. The drones would never allow this. I have seen what this world has become. Free-minded drones, stupid without the guidance of a proper ruler. It is my duty to control them. It is my kindness. You would ask me to abandon them?
No, you don't need to abandon them. You can live with them and offer counsel and guidance and work together to find a true happiness. Because surely it must be lonely for you to just control them all the time. You never have anyone really who can talk to you. This way, it's healthy for all of you. And then you can bear children that love you of their own free will. I give her a really cheesy grin.
She makes a hissing noise. Free will? Free will? You speak such nonsense, Krosek.
You shouldn't knock it until you try it. And I'm gonna give her a disappointed look.
What do you suggest I do?
Try allowing your subjects to live without your control. And I'm sure with time they would come to love you as a mother. But this way is only suffering and pain and war, and that's not good for anyone. You saw with the Soroks of old that didn't end very well, did it?
She backs off from you a little bit and goes, "Your ideas are strange, foreign from another world, but I am tired. So tired of having to control and rule and build and destroy. Maybe I could try what you ask. Maybe in time I could not release these Clicknids too quickly. They would turn on me, they would hurt me, but if you leave this place in peace, I will consider what you ask. I will return half of the drones as a sign of goodwill to whence they came, and the rest we will see as my mood takes me. Do we have a deal, little Krosek?"
I think we need you to come with us and prove that you're not going to do this anymore. And we can find somewhere more suitable, because right now you're under attack. We need to deal with that asshole Calavero. I don't know, does she understand the word asshole? Do I understand the word asshole?
That's something for Krosek to resolve in his own time.
Do some thinking. Yeah, help us defeat this skeleton man, and come with us to the Blue Wind Cartel. And if you don't control the Blue Wind Cartel, then we can trust you, and then we can work on some kind of peace treaty between the Clicknids. And you'll see how happy they are without being controlled. Maybe you could share that happiness one day. You can have your own pile of shinies.
You would help us deter the invaders?
Yeah. How's that for a deal? We'll help you deter the invaders, and then you release these Clicknids, and we promise they won't hurt you. I'll personally protect you from anyone that tries to injure you.
I would like to remind everyone at this point that we have a deal with the trade princess. Our lives depend on it.
Yeah, but we can reinstate Igmar as the trade princess.
It's gonna make a lot of Clicknick angry at us.
The trade princess guard will definitely attack us if we bring Hive Queen there. Like 100% sure. and then you will have to fight them if you
Oh,
want to
shit.
protect the Hive Queen.
I brought her back to life. I can't just kill her.
There's also the bad of like taking a hive queen to a large amount of collected, which
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
shit.
can
I
control.
didn't think about that. Is she bullshitting me, Wolfie?
I don't know. You could try and discern that if you want.
Yeah, can I
The
try
spirit
and?
connection goes both ways, so you can make a perception empathy test on her.
Yeah.
Oh, can I use a stealth check that now that there's the rock between us and there's dust in the air?
Yeah, sure. You've got kind of like maybe a few seconds where Garrick might be able to sort of disappear into the dust.
That's my perception empathy check.
Okay, so I'm doing that against her willpower,
Okay.
self-discipline. You can't tell. Her mind is quite guarded through the spirit link. Like, she seems genuinely intrigued by what you're proposing, but her walls are up. You can't read her. And yeah, Garrick, in that moment after the rocks fell and the dust is up, you can kind of disappear, as it were, and get lost.
I'd like to go behind this pillar here.
Okay, sure.
Also, remember you've got 6 stun points as well.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of some points, yeah.
I'll save them for something else. Could
Okay.
be shooting, could be something else. Who knows?
Oh god.
I'm behind the pillar and I have a rifle out, like just in case.
Sure. Okay, so I feel like we've kind of gone in and then out again of the turn order. The Hive Queen basically demands an answer from Grozeg. It says, "So, do we have a deal? You will help me against these invaders from the sky that kill the Clicknid that you care so much about? Speak now."
Oh shit. I don't know. I don't know what everyone wants. I'm sorry. I'm not saying this in game. I'm saying this.
Well, I say we just get rid of the Hive Queen. Like,
Yeah, ditto.
there's nothing good she can do. Like, nothing good can come out of her.
She's a living being, kind of.
The thing is, the best case scenario is that she doesn't do anything. The worst case scenario is that she corrupts all of the Clicknid and then we deal with the Clicknid army. Like, I think we're better off just trying to get rid of her.
Yeah, in the best case scenario where she doesn't do anything, we will get hunted by the Trade Princess troops because we didn't hold up our end of the bargain.
Yes.
I just spent all that time bullshitting her.
I know. It was some good bullshit too.
Can I ready my action in case she attacks Krosek? I'll interrupt her attack with.
Well, I'm going to say this
rifle
whole
shot.
conversation has been Krosek's go, and she pulled her Hive Guard back for the kind of more peaceful conversation. So I think it's now we'll carry on with combat initiative, and we'll say it goes to Garrick's go. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do.
I'll like delay my action. I'll prepare my action for if the Hive Queen attacks Krosek, I'll interrupt it with a shot in her like
Okay,
armor or something.
sure. Twig, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna do a similar thing to Garrick, but I'm gonna have like how likely? I mean, are the Hive drones gonna attack Dexys if he runs over to Twig? Are they too busy?
Well, they're slow
Watching
and
everything.
sluggish, but to be honest, their movements are quite strange and erratic, so they're fairly hard to predict what they might do.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and move Dexys here to Twig.
Okay.
Actually, like maybe sort of just slightly up this ledge.
Okay. Sure, you can do that. The Hive drones let it pass.
To be there. And I deploy the pyrophone, but I will ready the action. Oh no, that's my. Oh no,
Deploying
I've
is
not
an action,
moved.
right? You
So-
have, but Dexys has moved, and that's kind
Yeah.
of your move. So moving him and deploying him is pretty much your turn.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay, Theo, what would you like to do?
I'll ready the flamethrower and get ready when the hostilities start. Then I will start flaming.
Okay, do you want to move at all?
Mm, I guess here is fine.
Okay. Right, the Hive Queen. The Hive Queen.
Or can I hide actually here?
Oh, okay, sure. The Hive Queen basically just is scrutinizing Krosek and goes, "Why do you not answer? Why do you hesitate? Are you a friend or an enemy, Krosek? Speak, speak."
I just genuinely don't know what to do. Because everyone wants to kill her. And my character would be against killing her. I don't know how to roleplay this.
You roleplay your character.
Mhm.
I mean, if your character wouldn't do it, then
But then I feel like that's going against all of what you guys are saying.
yeah. But I mean, that's kind of the point of these games. Like, we don't
Yeah.
always have to all agree.
Indeed.
Alright,
Who's-
I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna start fighting Calavera. That's what I'd like to do anyway.
Okay, cool. So you can.
And I'll tell her that I'm gonna go and deal. I'll say to bring your strongest fighters, and we'll take down Calavera together. What I want to do, at least.
Okay.
Well, that's what I want to say to her.
Yeah, she says that. Says, "Excellent, excellent. Yes, yes. Hive God, Hive God. Go with the Krosek. Strike down our enemies." And the Hive Guard basically like move around you as like a kind of an honor guard, and they start trying to direct you to head up this way. Basically,
Okay.
trying to guide you to the surface.
Yeah, go and fucking take care of those shitheads. Get my Thunderclaw out.
Okay, so you guys start. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you're gonna leave entirely just yet, because you know there's speed to take into account. But those guys basically start escorting you out, escorting you up towards this other tunnel that you didn't really know was up around here.
Oh, would Spret come with me?
Spret would totally come with you. Yes, Spret comes bounding over, and yeah, you start heading out the room. Dart, do you want to do anything?
Not right now.
You can delay your action if you want. Black Wolf, do you want to do anything?
Can I infuse? Also, where not me and Dart out little.
Oh, sorry. Must have missed you in the great enlightening.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I just, after someone attacks the Hive Queen, or if someone attacks the Hive Queen,
Yeah.
I want to be able to. I don't know if I can do it. I basically want to charge in as soon as someone attacks.
I would like to point out the way is now cleared for the dynamite dude.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, you can be prepared to do that. You can. Do you want to move to get into position to do that, or do you just want to wait and see what happens? Dart, that is.
I can't charge that very far. That's what it.
Ah.
No, I'll just wait. I'll hold back.
Okay. Black Wolf, what would you like to do then?
I want to. But can I infuse the Clicknid thing with death magic?
What would you use to do that? Like, do you mean with a spell or an item or?
Yeah, I was trying to infuse it with like festering wounds. So do you know when it explodes, it can like, do you know, transfer that spell to the Hive Queen.
Okay.
Do you know? So when it damages and like the bits of, do you know, of the Clicknid go into the Queen, they fester and cause her pain. So like I
Like
cast
use it as a vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If you want to cast Festering Wounds on your zombie, yeah, like it can carry the spell for you, as it were. Since it is itself like a thing of death at the moment. Okay, well you've cast, so yeah, okay. It takes on the Festering Wounds aspect. So that's your major.
Yeah, I'd say that was my major. And my minor would be like moving it there. I don't know. Can these run? Do you know what?
They actually have a speed of like 12.
8. It's 8. Walking Dead is 8.
Oh, sorry, it's like a Walking Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they can run. Hang on. Just remind myself of something. Yeah, I think it can run. Like, that shouldn't be a problem.
Can my minor actually be telling it to basically run it when or if we start attacking it, run straight at it?
Okay, yeah, sure. There's a lot of like if stuff happens here, so guys, just when stuff happens, you're gonna have to remind me that you prepared stuff because I'm not gonna remember. There's several things that you've all prepared, but yes, you can absolutely do that. While all this kind of like preparing and posturing and getting ready is going on, the artillery shells are continuing to pound the cavern above, and more rocks start to fall. I'm going to say once. Hang on, I'm just going to roll a dice for where it scatters. It's going to. At the moment, it's going to be falling just below the last one. But it heads up, so actually, it's fine. Okay, so another rock falls and it crushes some of the eggs that are gathered there, and more of these like sickly, diseased little weevil things kind of come scurrying out from the crushed eggs, but they quickly die because there's nothing nearby to latch onto. Karasik, you've got your little honor guards. Assuming, well, you can continue doing what you said you were doing and head out to face Calavera.
Yeah. I'm gonna prepare. Can I start to prepare a spell and
Yeah, sure.
use the lightning horn? Was it lightning claw I had?
Oh, you had a Thunderbird's claw on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to use that as well.
Okay, and yeah, you can move. I mean, the Hive Guards sort of like encourage you to head this way.
Yeah, I'll follow them out.
Okay. So those guys take you up the tunnel. That's therefore automatically the Hive Guards go. Garrick, there's still kind of a standoff of sorts. The Hive Queen hasn't really been paying any mind to the other flesh creatures that are kind of scurrying around the edges of her cavern. So for now, you guys are still undetected. What do you want to do?
I'll say out loud, you made a grave mistake by letting go of your honor guard. And I'll shoot.
Okay, fair enough.
Fire!
Garrick just doesn't see the Hive Queen as any better than the false guard king that we killed. So it just has to go down in Garrick's head.
Fair enough. Do you want to roll to hit them? Yeah, that'll hit. Technically, you get a stump point.
I'll take Pierce armor.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because she has a rule which is... Oh no, sorry, it doesn't apply to this. Sorry, that applies to some other stunts. Yeah, you can do that. And her dexterity is lower than the other Clicknids, so you'll be able to use your damaging thing.
Yay!
Because she is big and stompy, and not as quick as the rest of them.
Do I see this as I'm walking out?
You hear it.
You hear shots ringing out.
What does the honor guard do?
So you do some damage.
Yeah, 14 damage.
Yep.
With armor piercing.
Okay, so you make this shot, and the Hive Queen turns at the sound of your voice and at the pain you just from you shooting her through the leg, and she roars with anger. It says, "Betrayers, traitors, scum, scoundrels!" And basically starts screaming in this sort of high-pitched noise around the room. Twig, what do you want to do?
So I'm assuming the ceiling is fairly like loose and easily breakable.
Yeah, pieces of it are repeatedly falling off as the artillery shells from above kind of get louder and louder.
And how much damage does a boulder do when it falls?
I don't know.
Do we know this yet? We don't
If a
know.
boulder fell on you, it would probably hurt.
No, I think I'll just go for the attack, and
Okay.
I'm gonna fight. Oh, actually, am I in range? I should be in range. Yeah, I think it's the long range, so I'll have to take a minus. But I'm going to attack the Hive Queen with the Pyrophone.
Okay. Roll for your special pyrophony attack thing.
Right.
Also, may I say that can my little guy be triggered after Twig's done all his that guy? Because I
Yeah,
said
sure. You did prepare stuff, so that's fine.
I'd say he was twigged.
No, you.
basically I light him and then he goes in.
Okay.
I'll just move him there for when Twig.
Sure. Okay.
Then you can sort the damage out.
Right. So it's communication performance. And it's -1 for long range, isn't it, to hit?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a terrible fucking roll.
Yeah. I'm afraid it won't hit. So the shots of the pyrophone kind of go wide, and the little explosions from it just seem to make the cavern shake even more. Do you want to do the zombie thing, Black Wolf's zombie kamikaze thingy?
How many dynamites did we say we put on it? It was 3.
5.
No, it was 5.
I thought it was 4 because
Oh.
we were
I had
asking the
2.
question of how much, of how many dynamites.
Yeah, I think Twig has one in Dexus.
There were 5 blast.
I don't think
vials
anyone
and
loaded
3
anything
thunder
into
vials.
Dex actually, did they?
All right, so we've got 5 dynamite and then 3 blast files and
5 blast vials and 3 thunder vials. Oh no, 4 blast vials and 3 thunder vials.
so yeah. What kind of damage would that do?
Okay, so this Clickner is running in and basically just exploding. Tell you what, everyone who owned one of the dynamite, can you roll 4d6 for me for the dynamite damage?
4d6.
Yeah.
Do I roll 4 times for? I got 3 times for my 3 dynamites.
If you put 3, yeah, roll for however many dynamite you put into this big pile of dynamite that you guys assemble.
Yeah.
Oh.
Raj, do you want to roll again?
Oh, I
But
didn't understand what we were doing, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, you're rolling 4, but like we have to do them all separate because of armor. Okay, so that amounts to 10.
That's a
12,
lot of fucking
20,
damage.
Holy fuck.
plus 17. It's 39. It's not 39. It's 53 damage.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
What do the
Oh
blast
my
files?
god.
Yeah, but we've still got the blast
Yeah,
files. and
what
thunder
do
vials.
the blast files do?
I'll find out.
Oh, actually, hang on. You were also inflicting festering wounds, weren't you?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Well, no, that's me.
This is brutal.
Well, roll for the blast files, because I feel like the festering wounds would probably happen
You need to give
after
me a sec,
the
sir.
initial explosion, if that makes sense.
Well, I can do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10, I can do. Basically,
If you want to spend the mana for festering wounds, you're welcome to.
I'm just gonna wait until if she's still alive or not. Because also my
Fine.
festering wounds is penetrating damage.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find out where the items are. Grenades. I think it's under grenades.
Oh, blast files, I think of. Hang on. Just realised where it is in the book. Blast files do 2d6 each.
Okay. That's 4 2d6. So 4 2d6 and then 3 1d6.
Yeah, sure. Just start rolling. Okay, that's 4, 5, 3.
Is that?
That's
all of them?
that's enough. Please make sure that you have deleted all of this dynamite and blast files and everything from your respective inventories. But
Yep.
yes, after Garrett
was a lot
fires
of-
his warning shot, Black Wolf sends in this reanimated zombie Clicknid, which kind of like shuffles forward in like this sort of like slowly increasing speed as it shuffles towards the Hive Queen. The Hive Queen just kind of looks down at this little dead drone and goes, "Yes, my child? What is it?" And then the Clicknid just runs up to her and explodes. And then like a chain of several explosions just tears through the Hive Queen's body. And the whole cavern shakes violently as this whole area is just kind of blasted apart by a ridiculous amount of explosives. You're all sort of like forced to duck down to the ground as bits of shrapnel and bits of clicknid and rock and burning rubble just like fly through the air. The last thing you hear as the explosion becomes deafening is the Hive Queen screaming, "Krosek, why?"
That wasn't me!
Technically, it was. It was your
You
dynamite
fucking zombie suicide bombed her.
You did like take all her guards away while she was surrounded.
Yes, and then you guys jihaded her.
Well done. It was glorious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was just ridiculous.
I really like reanimating stuff and then sending it into dive.
That was a lot of silver pieces that we just blew up.
That might have been the most expensive thing you guys have ever done.
And all
But
of
it
my
was
feelings have blown up as well.
They too included in the cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sorry it was a fairly straightforward combat for some of you guys and you didn't get to do much, but it was kind of amusing to watch.
Yes.
You guys are horrible people.
Sorry, Krozek.
this
I-
is still coming from Mr. I chucked a puck into a river.
That puck got everything that was going to. It wasn't my responsibility.
Can I say to Dart, can you go and chop its head off? You've got the only sharp thing.
Is there any head left?
Yeah, I was gonna say we need a head, but it's like, what state is the body in?
You'll have to go look.
Are we out of combat? Can we move?
You are out of combat, yeah, sure.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god.
So you move into the area and there is nothing left apart from a few sticky lumps of flesh where the Hive Queen once stood.
Oh my
The
god.
ground is hot to the touch, and actually where all the sand was, in the middle of the explosion, you've created a load of like shards of glass where the sand has fused together in the heat of the explosion.
Is it
Great.
special glass?
Great plan, guys.
It's just explosion
Old
glass.
standard glass.
Right, so the Hive Queen is gone. That's one problem down. I don't know if the Trade Princess is going to believe us.
Well, can we search for like anything that could prove that it was a queen?
There's a name for this sort of stuff.
Excessive.
Trinite. That's what it makes when you blow up something and it creates glass. And it's like really, really impure mineral.
That's usually made from radioactivity, though.
Oh, is that specifically radioactivity?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's usually made in deserts when the sun gets really, really hot and it melts the glass. So that's radioactive. But also they find it when they use sand to dampen reactors. Usually find.
I was hoping it'd make like cool gems.
Can I do a perception searching test for like a thing that we could give them?
You can search around, but basically, like, all you guys find is like, the biggest thing you find is maybe some charred lumps of flesh the size of a football. But that is.
Is there any
about
intact
it.
chitin that might prove it was her? That's different to other Clicknids that they would realise. Or actually, no. Surely it still smells like her. Wouldn't the other Clicknids like recognise it?
I was going to say, the Clicknids around the room, how are they acting?
It's funnily enough you should ask, as they are now becoming more visible to you. Like, they sort of appear in the dark as they start to generate small amounts of their own luminescent light. They are still moving around somewhat groggily, but they definitely appear to be more active. Like, they seem kind of dazed, but they've got more energy. They're not just moving with these slow, methodical movements anymore. They're kind of jerking around, looking around. They seem kind of confused and making like odd little chirruping noises.
Because they could be witnesses for us.
That's a good point. We can convince if any of them speak any like of the common tongue. I'm going to attempt to speak to this one here, like speaking in quite like long, like you know when you speak to someone who's foreign and you like go, "Do you understand me?
Who you're
Can you
speaking to
hear
us.
me?" Yeah. Precisely that. Like Twig is sort of like speaking in that sort of manner to this nearby drone.
Okay. You say that, and the Hive. well, not really a drone anymore. The Clicknid just kind of like its big bulbous eyes sort of focus on you and go, yes, don't need to be rude.
Sorry.
Who are you? What
So
happened?
we are we're adventurers, and like Twig sort of springs her hands up like yay. And we essentially were tasked by the trade princess of the Blue
Blue Wind
Cartel to slay the Hive Queen. And I think, you guys have all been brainwashed by her. So we essentially need, you and maybe some of your friends to help us and say that we did what we said we did, basically. If you wouldn't mind.
The Clicknid kind of like waves its forearms around, kind of like almost like trying to push you back a bit, like what you're saying is loud and hurtful, like it's got a hangover. And goes, you say many things, tiny wing thing. Hive Queen? Oh no. I remember. Very bad Hive Queen. But you kill it? You kill Hive Queen? You are powerful.
Can I try and like tell him that I did it all on my own? It was all me.
Yeah, sure. You have to make a communication deception test.
Ooh! I've just thought of a way we might be able to prove.
You can't reanimate that there's nothing there.
No, it's not that. What's his first name?
Oh,
Dude?
Baron.
Yeah, because Wolfie.
Oh yeah.
What do the souls do? Can they talk and stuff?
No, well, we're kind of getting tight on time, so yeah, I'll say that, yeah, basically, the Baron can confirm for you that he can use the souls to like talk with the dead and stuff like that.
Cool.
Can he try and get the?
Yeah, sure. I was going to say also, Twig, you succeeded in bluffing to this one Clicknid that you single-handedly destroyed it, and it just gets down on its knees and starts sort of genuflecting to you with all four arms and goes, the savior of the Clicknid.
Good, look at our witnesses. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. So, do you have a name?
Name, I forget name.
For now, I'm going to call you Longwings. Is that okay?
Long wings, yes. See? I have long wings. You know me so well already.
Twig just sort of nods really emphatically, like, "Yep, that's why I gave you that name." Right. So, Longwings, you need to come with us so that we can prove what we've done, and if we get the Baron to take the soul, then we've got two separate sources of knowledge.
Can we still hear the bombardment going on?
Yeah, it's still going on. In fact, as you look up to check this, you see more of the ceiling is coming down, and a rock smashes down right in front of you guys.
So, as we said, basically, Bamboo, get the soul, and we need to get out of here quickly.
Well, I would also suggest trying to get as many Clicknid to come with us as possible, because it will only strengthen our claim. But also, the more Clicknid that then join the Blue Wind will only help us later on, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'd really like
So
to kill.
Let's round up the drones, and while we're doing that, I'll use Arcane Awareness and sweep the place for any possible loot.
If I leave the tunnel where I'm standing now, where will I come out? Is it like gone? Did you say it's gone up a hill or something? Or this tunnel?
It's rising up back to the surface. Yeah. Because you were, I mean, your Hive Guard escort is probably now standing around very confused and not sure what's going on, but they were taking you up to the surface to fight Califaria as the champion of the Hive Queen.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and rally them, and say like, yeah, we're going to avenge your queen. I want to instill much confidence in them.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, you can do that, and they're sort of still half, only really half aware of themselves. So they can follow the the last orders that were given to them just fine. So they start following you. The rest of you guys start rounding up the hive drones, whilst Baron Vul kind of like starts casting some of his magic over the last place that the Hive Queen was standing. And yeah, more and more rocks begin to start falling in as you start herding the hive drones out towards the exits. The Baron kind of seems to be getting nervous. He starts saying, "Nets weren't made to hold a soul this big, man. If you'd told me, I'd have made a bigger net."
Well, for now, just hold it as best you can.
"Oh, I don't like it, but it'll have to do." And he just
So
kind of
he
like puts the net with the soul away into his little waistcoat and starts running for the exit as more and more rocks start to fall into the cavern. And you guys, along with the various drones that you're herding in front of you, basically start scrambling through the tunnels up to the surface as the cavern starts to collapse all around you. And I'm going to say we're going to have to leave it there because of time. We'll have to find out what the surface looks like next week. But, well done on dealing with that. It's not quite how I expected any of that to go.
How did you expect it to go?
I thought you'd have a big fight with the Hive Queen and her guards.
We
And
did have
that
a
it
big
would
fight.
be difficult, but maybe you'd prevail, or maybe you'd have to retreat. I didn't think you'd just like use every
Fucking
piece of
one
explosive
shot
ever. Yeah, that was a bit horrific, but you had the gear, so why not? Put it in Blizzard speak. That was a major gold sink you guys just had to go through.
Yeah, we
It's
The
a
silver
clever
cord.
use of mechanics.
the silver cost for that explosion
Yeah.
was huge, like hundreds.
Yeah, but it wasn't my silver, so it's okay.
250 silver for the dynamite.
Yeah, one
Oh
is
my god.
all it
Then the
cost me.
vials.
Yeah, all it cost me was a bit of mana.
I didn't
All
help in
Krosek.
any way, shape, or form.
Krosek no longer has any emotions, and he's going outside on a suicide mission. So, good job, everyone. Good job.
But don't worry, I want to kill Calavera because I want his ship.
You didn't do
Same,
nothing,
yeah.
Tully. You made a friend.
Yeah, I made another friend to join into
Twig's only goal of the
rehabilitation
campaign.
services.
Well, yeah, for a moment I thought Krosik was going to actually make the Hive Queen his friend.
I was trying to.
No, that's exactly what he was trying to do.
That's what he was. He would have succeeded if you guys hadn't wanted to kill it. But
Raj could have
yeah,
kept
this
going and
truly
made
would have been the
friends.
friendship is magic brigade. But
We could have done it. Why did you guys kill her?
Because you left her all alone.
But
I just followed suit when Garrick shot.
if I know she was a threat, we could have used her to kill Calavero, and then we could have dealt with her. She would have died in the fight with Calavero. Now we have to deal with.
She wouldn't have died in the fight with Calavera because she's sitting
can't.
down here, away from him.
I can't even right now.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sorry, Rage.
I really need to head off, guys. But thank you for your creative solutions to problems.
Yeah.
I
Good night,
will
Wolfie.
talk to you all again soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Boy.